But I got it.
Hey, here we are.
Oh,
Yeah. Who cares though? Now they got it.
Make it your will. Spread open your Jersey gossip.
Ooh, I should grind up.
Jesse got sussy.
Gonna grind up this way.
Let me see your private parts, get some weed, roll it up, yeah.
That purple nurple from up north, that skirple derp.
Make your nipples hurt, you're so stoned.
Ooh, gotta
purple
wear some
nerve.
Band-Aids. Getting chafed out here.
Rub raw.
Rub me raw. Yeah. Rub 'em raw.
Our second.
Yeah. What is up, everybody, and welcome to the 221st episode of A Drink and a Joint. As always, I'm Davey.
I'm Toby.
Hold on, let me cut to him with my knife.
This is our boy Huey.
There's shit. There he is. And
Busted.
then below us, we've got the man, the myth, the legend. We've got Mr. Josh Olken from Terrapin Flyer.
What it do? What it do? Thanks for having me, fellas.
Dude, thank you for coming on. Have you ever done a podcast before?
I think just with Jay Fairs once we did his
The Grateful
Jerry
Talks.
Tone. Yeah, the Grateful
Oh.
Talks. That
That's
was
awesome.
fun. I was stoned sitting in the park chatting with him.
Okay.
That sounds nice.
Is it like a YouTube podcast or a serious show? Or
No,
what is
there
that?
was. I think Jay was doing it on YouTube. I don't think he's done it in a long time.
Yeah, it was like a pandemics project, I feel
Oh,
like.
hell yeah. That's just how we communicated for
I
a
want
minute.
to check out O'Teal and that comedian guy's podcast.
Oh,
You haven't,
really?
You haven't watched that one yet?
Is it good?
Oh, that shit's good. They
Is
get
O'Teal entertaining?
Do they get spacey?
He can be. Yeah, they get into some cool zones.
That's-
It's not bad.
What, like
He seems cool as fuck.
speaking? Or playing?
No, it's a podcast.
Okay, I just
Yeah,
didn't know
they're
if it was
just
like
talking.
do a jam on a podcast.
Nah, I don't think they've ever played music on their pod.
Oh, man, you ever seen the Jam in the Van thing? That's a good one.
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah. That's a cool.
I saw Twiddle. do
Oh,
one.
the jamming event. It's kind of like a tiny desk, but in a
But at a festival.
bus,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's Wook Tiny Desk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also like Pauly Shore's doing like the after show for it now or something. He
King
Really?
Pauly
he's-
Shore.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The
Our,
king.
Yeah. Our patron saint, fucking
Right.
The Wheeze.
like, the Wheeze. Yeah,
Yeah,
Louise,
you guys
son
really...
of Mitzi. Bless.
yeah.
Yeah, I just learned about all that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Houston was not
he's-
privy to him being
Yeah.
a fucking
Put on.
No, he's the child of American comedy. It's
Yeah.
weird
Well,
that it's
Yeah,
Pauly
he's the
Shore.
comedy historic child. Yeah.
We were debating whether he was actually funny or if we got tricked into thinking he was funny
Got big leagued.
because he was put in the right position. They made a character for him. He is just a character actor that's acting goofy as fuck when you break it down, though.
Totally. Yeah, I grew up on constantly renting In the Army Now, just like every fucking weekend from Blockbuster. That movie, just him and Andy Dick and oh man, David Allen Greer. Oh my god.
Oh man,
I'm a The Goofy movie fan.
Oh, the Goofy movie. Oh my
That-
god.
That Michael Jackson Prince character.
oh yeah, power line.
Yeah.
Legendary.
My favorite line in that is, have you guys ever wondered why we're wearing gloves all the time? It's so good.
Yeah.
It's
Do you think
pretty
that's free,
stuff.
like ad libbed, or do you think that was written in there?
I mean, that was probably written in there because like it's supposed to be a stony character
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, but he gets high
Yeah.
off Cheese Whiz, is
Oh.
drugs.
Yeah,
Cheese
well,
Whiz
he's
is-
hitting the nitrous within the Cheese Whiz can. You didn't know that, did
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
I never connected that ever.
Oh man.
He's not eating Cheese Whiz.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never connected that.
I used to waste some toilet paper, letting it stack like cheese, and leaning tower of cheese.
Toilet paper you would stack like that?
I would just slap it
Oh.
like a kid. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, come on!" And I was like, "I don't know. I mean, we're talking very young."
Okay.
It's good times.
So,
Yeah.
Josh, when did, so first of all, how old are you, dude?
34.
You're 34? Okay. How long you been playing music?
Oh, let's see. I started playing guitar when I was like 12.
Okay.
And I wanted to play like, you know, Blink-182 songs at the time, you know, like any 12-year-old at the time. And it was super fun. And that music was just like, yeah, gets you motivated to learn more guitar. So it just kept going from there.
You're like, these 3 chords are dope.
I'm tired of them.
Dude, I could, those 3 power chords open up the universe, and like then you get into other like real punk rock, and then get into my parents' collection, and you know, dig into
Dude, the "What's My
some
Age
of the-
Again" riff was something. I mean, everybody learned that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
all the
yeah,
small
dude.
things was like.
all the small things. Yeah, I think I played that at my bar mitzvah party. Or
Oh,
something.
hell
yes.
You know, the jaunty. Yeah.
Oh,
So
at
it
your
was,
own bar
yeah,
mitzvah?
I did that.
That's rock star.
Were you the band at your own bar mitzvah?
I did have a pop punk ska band by then.
That's wicked.
A pop punk band with 2 of my friends. It was hilariously cute. And yeah, so I've been playing. I got into let's see. I think like I got into like actual punk for a while and that kind of stuff, and then got into trying to remember the chronology of this. Eventually got into my parents' collection, got into like their Zeppelin records, and then got into blues stuff from that. And then eventually a buddy showed me the Mars Volta, and we were like freshmen or sophomore, and I was able to see them on like their first tour. They opened up for the Chili Peppers, I remember, and we went to see the Chili Peppers like 2003. And the Mars Volta just blew my mind. That was the first kind of jammy
pretty
thing.
epic.
And it reminded me of Zeppelin in that way,
Yeah.
which I was like into. So that kind of opened me up to improvised music. And I got into electric Miles Davis somehow from then.
Huh.
And like Bitches Brew. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that stuff really reminded me of Mars Volta.
This is in high school?
Yeah, this is
You
early
sound like
high
the
school.
coolest guy in high school.
No, I was a total nerd. Yeah, and then like
Mars
eventually got into through this website that was around. It was called Ep.221. It was like an early Pitchfork. I like found bands like Don Caballero and like some math rock stuff I never heard before that got into that. But then I got into the Dead. Basically once I started smoking pot, you know, like every kid, and
Makes
saw like Fish around 2004, got dragged to my first Fish show, and I had a lot of fun and got into that world around 2005, and then I was also really into jazz too. That's one thing I forgot. I got really into jazz, and
Well, yeah, because you do the Jazz is Dead thing, right?
Oh.
yeah, I do this jazz project called the Birdsong Quartet, but I actually like got really into it in high school, and that was when I started taking lessons, was high school, just because I wanted to kind of read the charts in the jazz school, in the jazz band at school, and got really into that and took that path went to a conservatory for college.
Man, you got the
The new
credentials.
school, it's called the New School in New York City. So we did that.
Man,
And
Dude,
then
that's wicked. So where are you from?
I'm from Chicago, like the suburbs of Chicago.
So that was
man,
wicked. So like being a kid and then just going like straight to like college in New York was pretty dope, right?
It was crazy, man. I was so like immature and not ready at the time. It was like one of those things where like you're a good player from where you come from, and like it kind of you're a kid, so your ego's all fucked up, and then like you go to like an actual school and you're like, wow, like holy, you get humbled, and
Especially in Chicago.
Right, for sure, yeah. And I wasn't even like I was just in the suburbs. Like there are so many monster players in Chicago,
For
growing
real.
up, and there still is. It's a great community out here. But
Do you know the guys in Marvin?
I know I know them. I don't know them personally.
I know they're
them, yeah.
Chicago.
They're
Dude,
good.
Danny
dudes are
Rabin
killer.
is like that. That was like one of the guitarists I had seen play out that was just on like a different level than I was like ever seeing in person.
That dude's a monster player.
Yeah,
my
we
God.
got to open for them a couple times when they came down here.
I never seen
Dude's
someone
hilarious also.
Yeah, they are fun.
Dude, it's really funny to just like walk in and then just see this dude play this tiny little baby saxophone.
Yeah,
That blows
I
my
love
mind.
that. Yeah.
You're
That's
too big for that. That's a little baby saxophone.
Yeah.
No. So New York. So and honestly, that idea of like going from Chicago to New York is almost kind of like going from Chattanooga to Nashville. Like if you think you're hot shit and you just go to any fucking dive bar on any night, like because in Nashville there's a road called Broadway, and then down
that's
Broadway,
Music Street.
it's just like a bunch of bands with like the best guitarists you'll ever hear, like just playing every night, and they'll never get noticed. No one will ever give a fuck about who they are, and like you
Playing
go
all the
up
pop
there.
songs,
And
too.
you see how they play, and you're just like, I will never
They're
understand
monsters.
the guitar that way.
It's not. It's the right circumstances. Like the people that make it.
I felt like that
It's a guitar
New Orleans,
city, right? I mean, it's just monsters everywhere, I hear.
The New Orleans was like that, where you'd be hearing this young indie like punk band coming from inside this nice place.
Yeah.
And then there'd be this guy that looked 90 playing guitar better than you've ever seen anyone on the side of the street in front of it asking for change. And you're like, he just never made it inside.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's crazy how that works.
Being a Zeppelin fan, do you like fucking Greta Van Fleet? Do you think they're fucking it
Really?
up? Or like, do you think...
I'm so disconnected from it.
What
at
about
this
Goose?
point. I mean,
sounds-
I
Shut up.
kind of thought they were a meme, to be honest.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds too close. to
Dude,
me.
yeah, they
Yeah,
got
Original.
But-
they legitimately.
But those kids seem to be having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
And making
if you're
a lot
having
of
fun,
money.
I
yeah, they're
can't hate.
very.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I don't. I haven't been in. We put on Zeppelin in the van on tour recently. I haven't listened to it in fucking years. But Jimmy, the older I get, the more I could appreciate, especially Jimmy Page, just the stuff that he was able to do. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
he's the
Yeah.
man.
he was widely recorded too in England.
Yeah,
Like he was
yeah.
a studio player.
Yeah.
And the older I get, I could also appreciate Jeff Beck more. That was one guy that I couldn't
loves
really.
him.
I just couldn't understand until until I was old enough. Same with like Pat Metheny and some other.
Yeah, John
players.
McLaughlin.
Adrian Ballou.
That was a guy I always loved him.
That's
and
a name
Mahavishnu.
drop.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Mahavishnu.
That's a name drop. I was dropping that like.
Oh,
when
you
I was
like
a
Al
junior.
Di Meola a lot too, don't
I
you?
love Al Di Meola.
See,
And
we-
He's
Pat
a
Metheny.
unique player.
We always talk about Adrian Ballou. I always throw like a weird Tom Morello or something
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
even as
Oh
like
yeah. He's a kind of a local legend. He grew up a few towns over.
yeah. No, he can do some weird shit. He can make the
He
guitar
wrote-
sound so different.
He
than-
wrote the best
is.
drop D riffs. He was just a riff factory.
He's an innovator for sure.
So New York.
New York.
Yes, sir. So like you're leading us up to where you're at now. So like what happens in New York? So do you finish out? Do you go full 4 years?
Yeah, we do the 4 years, and the program is incredible. I got to just meet and play with just a bunch of insane musicians and study with. I was blessed to study with guys like Chico Hamilton and let's see. This is gonna be where my stoner brain kicks in.
Oh, dude, no one gives a
All
fuck.
good.
Yeah.
But there were just a bunch of. It was a really amazing experience and an epic 4 years of learning and also just getting my shit together because I was a dumb kid. And a lot of people at that program, they take time after high school, get their shit together, But it was awesome, and I still have got a lot of connections and friends from that stuff, and I'm glad I basically taped all my private lessons, which was one of the smarter things
Oh,
back
man.
then, because just having the archive to
Yeah.
be able
Shit.
to look back is important.
That's
so that
beautiful.
was like 06 to 2010.
Oh shit. Yeah, dude, that's like prime time to be doing that shit
Man,
too. That's
you sound
awesome.
like Zappa. You got an archive?
A little bit, yeah. And then also around that time, Phil and Bobby were playing like a fuck ton in New York City. So
They did
I
love
was just
playing New
kind of
York.
going to Grateful Dead University, as they say too, just seeing, as much as I could see for.
Well,
a
who
kid
introduced you to the Dead?
My buddy Doug that I was playing bass with like all the time in high school, like kind of like my stoner jam buddy and just like a best friend at the time. He was an incredible bassist, and he would just show me a lot of stuff. He showed me Fish and the Dead, and he got me into. I think it was before school we were smoking, and he showed me the Live Dead, the '69.
Yeah.
Like that Dark Star,
That
Saint
primal shit.
Yeah, so that got me into it because there's something for everybody, like to entry point with their interests. And for me, where I was at that time, '69, it was perfect for me.
Oxymox was a really good album too. Like the discovery of that album.
Yeah.
I felt like that was like real early.
Yes.
That is a good entry point. I can't imagine to have like gotten into like seeing them like during Touch of Grey or anything. Like that would be strange to hear them first. Like
Yeah, well, I mean, like, because you want to hear them closer to where you're at. Because, like, they were all fucking, like, Bob was still a teenager on that first album. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Wild youth energy.
And then,
it's pretty heavy, too, and it's got that abrasive, risky sound.
Oh, yeah. Like, especially
some...
you've got, like, fucking Anthem of the Sun, Live Dead, and Oxymoxua.
That's crazy.
All that stuff is like primordial. It's like fucking. It's primal. It's like they've got that angst going on.
Yeah.
Where like punk ended up.
Yeah.
It's got some surf rock, punky vibes. Like, I like the loose playing too. It's just like he's kind of just figuring shit out.
It's sloppy and young.
Yeah.
And the time too is like '68 and '69. Like the atmosphere in America is bubbling at the core.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so was it Jerry that gave you kind of like the love for jazz, or was it you loving jazz that gave you more of an appreciation for Jerry and drove you toward it?
Yeah, definitely already loving jazz. Like I could tell, I could be like, man, this dude, he could play he knows how to play the changes first. Like he could play. Like that was... and then the expressiveness, just the sheer expressiveness. But I think I had heard some later stuff like also. So I had known, like I heard him more in his kind of playing the changes, Jerry, as they say. But the early stuff is like its own vocabulary too. It's like anytime in our band we want to delve into the '69 stuff or that era, it's like I gotta think a totally different way.
Yeah. I want to do doing that rag eventually. Like,
that song.
That tune is fun.
That song's stupid. It's so stupid. I love it.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
Doug in our band just kills that one. That's
nice.
super fun to play.
Yeah, there's weird key changes randomly in the song. The entire song switches key.
Yeah, it almost has like this Native American like rain dance kind of thing to it as well.
Oh yeah, no, I've never thought of it like that. Totally does.
During the Rain Gonna Come, but the rain gonna go,
Yeah, we've done shows with Tom Constantin numerous times. Playing
that's a bomb.
Playing that
cool.
that song and playing any of that stuff with him is a trip.
Yeah, you're like, we have to do just his songs, right? We have to like we're doing a goddamn Mountains of the Moon right quick.
Right, and we whenever we bring the B3 out, he'd like dial in that magic just that TC sound, and it would just and make everything just come alive.
Dude, okay, so all right, so when did you start playing Dead tunes?
Like with I would just
Well, what was the first Dead song you learned?
Oh man, I have no idea.
You don't remember the first one?
No, I don't. Because I think I would just I was obsessively downloading shows and kind of on this like totally obsessive hole throughout college of just listening to as many eras and shows as possible with the resources at the time. And I think I was just like playing along. I can't remember the first tune. I would just at that point just be playing along with shows and just picking out changes and shit. Faking my way. So for a long time I like learned stuff incorrectly because I would just learn my own like, oh, this is jazz. Like it's jazz. It's close enough. So it's within the changes.
Yeah.
You mentioned Jazz is Dead. You're a big fan of that. You like Jimmy Herring and stuff?
I do, yeah.
That's a good thing to get into. I don't remember when it started, but I mean, I know it was in the 2000s or maybe the late 90s.
Billy
Like, so
Cobham. Now Steve Kimmock took over.
Steve
and,
Kimmock is very good.
He's one of my all-time favorite guitar players, for sure.
You mentioned Dark Star a minute ago. That song lends itself to a jazz version really well, surprisingly. Like, I think it
Do you guys do that one?
You know, yeah, we try to. That's one of the harder, like, you really have to, it's its own universe and its own, like, you really have to, like, everyone has to really be, it's listening, and it's, that's, because it could get so boring so easily, I feel like. I've seen it with, like, you know, Bob and Phil in different bands where they're just, like, it's like,
Not
You
breaking
have, well,
into
you
new
have to
place-
use it as a vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
you
reaching
have
new
to-
places.
Yeah, you have to take it somewhere. You gotta like, because you're just playing A and G. What do? You gotta
Yeah.
like, you gotta zhuzh it up. You gotta fucking go A minor. Fucking get weird.
Explores,
Disband it.
yeah, different sound.
yeah, there's a lot of different side roads you could take, for sure.
Right.
And we try to on the good night, you know, it depends, but yeah, I mean, we have it in sometimes. But I'm the guy in the band who's like, I don't know if tonight's Dark Star night.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
fair.
Yeah.
I'll not see it.
So what? I'm trying to think of like. Okay, so what attributes of? So when you started to play it, so the whole time were you just like, all right, well, I'm gonna do Jerry parts.
I was really into his playing, but yeah, I mean, I guess I would also just kind of like learn Bobby parts and come up with little hybridizations.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Bob's the rock.
yeah, you know, just learning the music, even just like playing along on with a bass, just getting like the feel for Phil's vocabulary. I was just obsessed with the music at that point. Still am, but at that point it was deep, and I didn't have anyone to play it with, and it totally wasn't cool back then.
Yeah.
Like, it was like now it's different, but at New York City back then was like totally not cool.
Oh, that's strange, man. You'd think that up there that they would be loving it.
Yeah, it was just a different vibe. I mean, even now, because like pot's legal there, and everything is like, I don't know. I feel like the Grateful Dead culture has shifted to a more bubbling above the surface over the past like 10 years more than it was back then.
Well, yeah,
which
John
rules?
Mayer. Yeah.
Exactly, John Mayer. He's good for business.
Yeah. Shout out John Mayer. Just
Yeah,
keeping
shout out.
us
Thank you, John
relevant.
Mayer.
No, well, I mean,
but,
he gives us a job. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it
Oh,
helps.
he turned a lot of people onto the music
Yeah.
who wouldn't have checked it out, and I'm like, if anyone gets into the music, I'm so happy. Like, it's so awesome. So,
Yeah, but I will tell
Thank
him to
you,
his
yeah.
face that I hate his voice.
Oh, yeah. But that's-
Yeah, I bring like a fidget spinner to the shows, and just anytime he gets to me, I'll play with the fidget spinner. Yeah, those shows are, yeah. But yeah, so I think I moved back around 2010, and I found some. I started playing with my buddies. Their brothers, the Lundholm brothers. They're like legendary Chicago musicians, and we started this trio. It was like a trio Dead project, which was really challenging and fun. So we would try and like make the music work in a trio setting, and that was really fucking hard. And we had some really fun shows. Eventually added a piano player, so I was finally getting to experience the music more to the core, but not quite
Yeah.
there. No Bobby guy yet. And then eventually Terrapin Flyer, they've been playing around Chicago since I was like in 5th grade. Like, they've always been around.
No.
They've got Doug Hagman, and Wavy Dave on bass. He was with the band Cornmeal.
Okay.
Which was
okay.
they were pretty popular jam. They were like early jam grass, really, before that genre blew up.
I
so.
felt like they played daytime sets at every festival I've ever been at.
Yeah.
Yeah, like late, like, yeah, those years for sure. And so they were doing like Wednesdays at this club called the Abbey Pub, and I don't remember how I got in with them. I think Doug just caught wind of me and asked me to sit in. So I started sitting in with them, and just sucking, you know how like I was learning how to gig at that. I mean, I've done like jazz gigs and stuff, but like those were my first rock gig experiences. Just playing way too loud on stage, just all the stuff like you learn from experience, and that was really good, formative. Take me to school for those years, learn the music, just like suck, and
it's always hard to learn on stage.
It is. It's so important too. Like every gig, like if I come out of the gig with like a lesson learned, I'm like, all right, that was a good gig. Like even if it's a painful lesson. Oh yeah. So we were doing that for a while, and then they were touring with Melvin Seals with like Mark Caron, and I was just like the local guy working, paying my dues, working my way up, and eventually the dues were paid, and I was able to do the tours with Melvin like around 2016. So started touring around the country.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, with Melvin
stuff.
Seals. It was the dream. It was insane. I was just like I was totally shitting myself and beside myself. And
how old were you when you were doing this?
It's 2016. So by then I'm in my mid-20s, and I was like working at a restaurant like all the time.
And then you just got fucking called up.
Yeah, it was a cool situation. I was like working at a restaurant. My boss was super cool and supportive, and he would let me just take off for gigs and then let me take off for tours. So it was like when I wasn't touring, I'd be delivering food, just like stoner heaven, you know, delivering food during the day and playing Grateful Dead at night.
Yeah, dude.
It worked. And then so playing with Melvin, I think that was pretty consistent until 2019, and then we kind of started working on establishing ourselves around without Melvin, and then COVID happened, and we've just been touring since the gates been opened back up, and we're gonna tour again soon.
Man,
that's fucking ridiculous, dude.
That's quite a story. That's awesome.
Is Melvin pretty?
It's
cool?
the Cliff Notes version.
How was he off stage? Was he cool to hang out with?
He's super cool. He's super nice and super chill.
Did you ever go to restaurants or eat with him?
One time I was lucky enough to go to the Cracker Barrel with Doug and Melvin, and that was just like I was in heaven. Like, I'm at the Cracker Barrel with Melvin. This is the greatest day.
Yeah, I'm complete. Yeah, holy shit.
And Melvin was just like, he's so stoked on the Cracker Barrel. He's fucking,
Look at all the stuff they got in here.
Country fried.
Yeah, he was stoked. And then there's been some just fun memories. We get to we established a relationship with like Ken Babbs and George Walker out in Eugene, and those prankster guys. So they'll come up on stage and like do like Cassidy style raps whenever we're out there, and they're our buddies. And it's been crazy. Super blessed. Like Doug thank you, Doug.
Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah. So, it's cool because you're just kind of like the little brother.
Oh, totally.
Dude, it's
and
awesome.
It's awesome because I always I was the big brother in my family, but always wanted to have, like, I'm the little one in the band. So, yes, it's a band of big brothers, and I'm the annoying little brother in the back seat.
Dude, that's awesome. That's fucking, that's fun. Man.
They put up with my bullshit somehow.
I like that you said Steve Kimmock is one of your favorite players.
Oh, yeah. He's on my top 10.
He was on one of the craziest, the Dead shows I've ever seen. So they had...
Which, when was that?
I don't remember, but it was Jimmy and Warren, and like Steve Kimmock sat in with him. And it was almost too much.
Yeah.
But he was playing slide and stuff too, though.
Okay. Do you know about what year?
Slide guitar.
Well, I mean, it was The Dead.
I want to say it was like 98, 99. But like just same thing with Further. Like The Dead like was kind of eclipsed by like Fish, and like I
don't know. Further was fucking incredible.
Like when yes, they're amazing. But when you like look at like the population of the shows, it wasn't until like Dead and Company that they were playing shows like
yeah.
to the same like amount of like audience or reaching the same amount of audience as like Fish was. Man, the Fish shows, especially when they came back, were like so huge. And I remember Further was touring at the same time.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, that was Fish's heyday. That was like, I mean, they're still kind of in it. Like
the Super Bowl thing?
Yeah,
like,
all that shit.
The Dead 50 shows were like amazing.
Mm-hmm. Those were amazing.
I couldn't believe the double rainbow. Everyone's like, it's a manufactured rainbow.
Right.
It was a double rainbow.
So what are your so I know that everybody, like every Deadhead or everybody who's into the Dead has like an ever revolving kind of like favorites, but like what are in like your top 5 of Dead tunes?
Oh.
Like today.
Right.
I know that it changes, but today
it'd be like Cassidy.
Okay.
I'll go Jerry Bobby. We'll go Cassidy, and then we'll go. I just listened to a really awesome shakedown that was from it was 32591, and just that was killer. So I guess I'm on a shakedown. So man, whew. Comes a Time always.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite Jerry ballad. Been really into this is just hard questions. Bobby tune estimated because Waldo actually pointed out something sick on Estimated I never noticed.
All right, we're going to talk about him in a minute. But
Waldo,
if you're watching, we love you and we're about to talk about you, bro.
Right. Yeah. He changed my life, to say the least. But Estimated, next time you listen to it, on the verse, I never noticed this. On the verse, like, Jerry will turn on and off the Obel or the Mutron for those reggae chunks. Like, I never really listened. So if you next time you listen, it's pretty fucking dope.
Oh, but, he'll disengage
He'll disengage
the
it for those reggae chunks at the end of the phrase, and I'm just like, how did I never fucking notice that? So little things like that I get off.
Oh, because that's a thing you have to do.
It's a thing, yeah, and it's just such a little thing. It's just super nerdy shit. But
do you run the same kind of chain? Do you run it like that? Because I just run everything through the Obel.
Well, I do whatever Waldo set up, but I think he set it up that way. Yeah,
I don't ever not have my Obel on.
I always have my Obel on. That shit's just always on. Wait, so you said you don't have it on?
No, I always run it on. Like I never turn it off.
Yeah, me too, dude. Me too. Yeah, I never turn it off. But that would be the only time I'd turn off because I'm not trying to stomp on my. I got like one of those Trutrons like right when they came out, like before they cost like a fucking arm and a leg.
They're like thousands of dollars now, right?
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean it was a couple hundred when it came. I got it. Yeah, like number 28. I got it right when it came out. Thank God. But yeah, that pedal is like the closest I've found to the original one.
I'm using a Proton right now, and that thing's pretty wicked.
Nice. Yeah. Whatever you're getting, it sounds good. So.
Oh, thanks, man. Dude. So you did a Bobby, a Jerry, and a Bobby.
Yeah, this is like I can't even like I'm drawing just brain farts right now. Like I guess
Comes a Time is good.
Yeah,
oh no, you did. Okay,
I
you
love all the songs
three.
like different entities in the universe. Like I just love. There's really the only song I could think of that I don't like is like if the shoe fits, you know, like that later Phil song. But I even love Wave to the Wind. Like I am I love everything.
You a France guy?
You know, I learned it the other day just for fun.
The music is good. I like the music in France.
Good changes, and it's like really like I'm like wondering who wrote what part of it because it's really awesome. don't know why they didn't play it
someone
live.
made me play it last night.
Okay.
Someone was like, "You'll do any song for $25," and I was like, "Yeah."
You played in France?
And he was like, "France," and I was like, "Man, you just okay." Everybody's
doing.
favorite song, France, and then so I had to look it up, and I was like, "Okay, all right, I remember." Like it was so. I'm in a band called Tennessee's Dead, and we play like maybe 3 times a year or something like that. And I'm in others, but this is that's the one that makes the money. We were getting ready for one of our only shows of the year, and they were like, France, we're gonna play France, and I was like, we have a limited time. We
Is
have
that first set or
things
second set?
we can do. Oh, it's a second set song,
Okay.
but like I don't think the Dead played it.
No, never.
Yeah. This is meant to be a radio bop.
Yeah, they were like, this is gonna be the song that charts.
I think they were just so incredibly coked out. Yeah, it's sick though. It's got that 13 beat jam, that G minor. Like
Yeah,
13
that
beat
shit's
cycle. That shit is so sick. I think that's where Mickey gets the writing credits on that. Is that part? That shit just goes off though. I never like really. I don't even know how many times I've listened to it, but yeah, the ending part, because they could have jammed that out. Could have been cool.
Yeah, dude. Why would you? Because like again, I think that if it had done better, they probably would have.
Yeah, totally.
If they were like, people really love France, let's turn that into a vehicle.
Yeah. Did they play? Did they play it live at all?
Never.
Never. I didn't think so.
Never.
That went the way of Money.
Yeah.
Another one that was supposed to be a radio hit.
Really?
That would have made sense. But
Played it at Egypt.
Oh, they did, didn't they? Okay.
And what was that song? Olin Arished?
Olin Aragid.
Okay, that's an interesting.
That's one I could never pronounce. Yeah, that's a sick one. It's like the Hamza Ella. What I can't. I
I was like,
forget
what
that
are
guy's
they
name,
into right now?
It has all Mickey Hart's influence for sure. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're not gonna play some weird shit at the foot of the pyramids, I don't know what
Yeah.
you're doing.
I got a CD copy of that, and it had a pop up pyramid.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I got that. Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting. It had the wings and stuff.
Hell yeah. You got 2 more songs. You gotta name 2 more.
Oh man, who are we on, Bobby or Jerry?
Jerry.
Or-
Well, you're on Bobby now because
He did estimated.
Well, and then he said,
all right,
"Comes
we'll
a time."
go with a black throated.
Well, he
wind.
did
I was
second.
listening to
Oh,
a
okay.
great black throated.
It's a great
Jerry, we'll go with. It's not really a Jerry's. Well, okay, I'll pick a song. I'll pick a Hunter's. We'll go with. St. Stephen's always held a place close to my heart.
That is an anthem,
Different
isn't it?
versions, yeah. I'm just kind of pulling tunes out of my ass at this point because I'm.
People are you
brain
watching
fart.
the chat?
Yeah, they're
Are you
going
looking
off.
at the chat? They're like
Yeah.
they're trying to help you out.
Keep your day
How do y'all
job.
feel about King Solomon's
Dude, I
Marbles?
love
Y'all
all
like
these
playing that?
tunes. Mason's Children. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I love Lazy River Road. I love. Mission.
Son.
Mission's one I love doing. Mission.
Dude, Mission. I've grown to love playing that song, dude. It's ooh.
That's a fun one. Yeah.
Stranger. Oh yeah. I mean, it's so hard to choose, man. I mean, there's just so many. There's so many. Great
I've always got a Wharf Rat, a Loser.
Oh yeah.
They're always up there.
No Bobby songs.
No. Okay, so like one of my favorite Bobby songs is kind of fucked up. It's Picasso Moon. I love Picasso Moon.
Ooh, me
Yeah.
and my girlfriend love Picasso Moon. That's a cool one because it starts on the end of it's like comes like that riff comes on a weird part of the beat.
Yeah. Bound down.
Yeah.
It's a really unique song where that riff comes out on. That's a sick one. I love doing Bobby tunes also. I love singing Karina.
Dude,
Okay.
That's my guilty
Scream
pleasure.
that. Yeah.
man, so to me the best that song ever sounded was on that Rat Dog album.
Okay.
I agree with you. That Rat Dog album is so fucking underrated.
Ashes and Glass is a fucking it'll rip your heart out.
Yeah, I was gonna say "Hell in a Bucket" for a Bobby song. So is
yeah.
he like is he kind of like roasting Donna like in the recording of that and the concept of it?
I don't think
Like,
so.
Was she
I don't
into
know.
BDSM?
No, I'm saying like
No, I
you know what I'm
love-
saying. Like 3/4 of the way in the song, he goes, "At least I'm enjoying the ride," and he'll be like, "Ride," and he'll do a
Oh.
false shot. And dude, it sounds just like Donna. I feel like.
I think that's just more
Incidental.
of a leftover because
sonically, like okay,
He was getting into that kind of stuff too. Yeah, I'm a Donna stan. I stand for Donna. I'm a Donna.
she was hot
stan.
shit. She's hot shit.
yeah, dude.
She's so nice too. When I met her, she's just the nicest.
You meet her son.
I haven't met Boombox, no, but he seems cool.
Okay.
Zion.
Yeah.
Good old.
I seen him like
Boombox.
moving around at some festivals, and that's a thing. Because there's like everyone's like, oh shit.
When I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
I was like, who? Wait, which one is it? He's like the guy.
the one wearing the feather boa and the goggles.
The genie, the man dressed like a silk genie.
I don't think I've actually ever went to the stage and seen one of his sets.
I have. I don't think I have either. I've overheard it.
I've heard it's fun.
Yeah, he was like the original tree thuggin' that I felt like I saw.
Right. Yeah, he's been around for a while.
Give me your top 5 Jerry Band tunes. Because you guys kind of cheated with Mission. That's not a. I mean, the Dead played it once or twice.
You're right. I was cheating because I was just totally reading the chat.
No,
and
that's
disagreeing.
okay. But when they're trying to cheat and give you Jerry Band tunes, I
They're
won't
cheating,
stand for
but
that.
I will say a few times in '76. So
Yeah, well, no, that's
They
what I
did play it
said.
a
That
few
that
times.
one's fine. That one's fair.
it slipped by the cracks.
You're towing
Let's
a
see,
fucking
JGB.
line, though.
I know, dude. JGB, we love playing. Or I love playing. Like I love doing "Don't Let Go," Gomorrah, Cats.
Yeah.
You know, as like a jazz nerd, Love in the Afternoon.
Ooh.
Can't
Oh,
get
yeah.
into- like that's just fun.
Yeah.
That's
That
fun.
nice little diminished
Self-indulgent.
run in there.
Yeah, I always loved that Keith would play the line from fucking Slipknot
Slipknot, yeah.
in Love in the
Oh,
Afternoon.
yeah, that diminished score just calls for Slipknotian voice.
You getting Slipknotty.
Slipknot. Yeah. Let's see. I love doing so many JG. But I gotta name one more. I love like the Dylan ones, but like Simple Twist has a close place in my heart right now. So it's always fun to play.
Love the story songs.
Yeah, there's just so many, and it just depends on what the moment calls for, which is just yeah. I love it all.
Do you guys usually have a set list like ready to go, or do you guys kind of call them out based on the room?
That's a good question. So we've done it like both ways, but recently, like usually it'll be me and Doug writing the set list. We're kind of like total nerds for flow and play. We like doing traditional style set lists. So in that regard, like so we'd usually do it before the gig or before a set, but last gig we made a purpose to just kind of feel it out on stage, and that was just way fun. And
It takes a little bit longer sometimes, but you can get into some really cool stuff.
totally, and like first set, like I don't know, it's kind of like we were switching off on singing tunes, so I already like would kind of know what I would want to do by the time his tune was over. And I feel like that's what the Dead would do a lot also. Yeah, and then like second set's always fun to like talk down a little combo before, just like three song combo or whatever. But yeah, it's like we went up there and we were planning to open up with Scarlet Fire, but I teased a Victim of the Crime lick, and before I know it, we're starting with Victim of the Crime. So like little
shit.
spontaneous shit. Yeah, I just love
That's cool.
shit like that. And recently I just got reminded how fun it is to like microdose psilocybin and just eat like a little
Dude, I do
0.2
it almost
cap and-
every show, and it helps.
It really, I'd say like 4 or 5 of the band did it last gig, and
You
it
just
was
sync
just
up.
electric.
Yeah, dude.
It was
you
electric.
just-
It was so
yeah.
much fun, and you don't get tripped out over the mistakes are funny, and everything.
As long as you
get that
microdose.
zen.
As long as you don't fully dose, and then you're
No,
in your head.
I only
lot of
like
energy.
fully dosing at parties where I have the freedom to put down my instrument if
Yeah.
I want.
Have you ever been too high on stage?
Not at like a show that people have paid for.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely like have sucked like due to that, but I've never been like I have to leave.
I'll like still be playing, but just not knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like not knowing how I'm doing it, and like kind of scared to be there.
There was a show not too long ago because we do a Monday night thing like every other Monday at this like little bar. And there was one time that like somebody came in with like this big bag of like freshies, and they're big, and I was like, I guess I'll just take this chunk. Is this a micro dose?
Yeah.
And then and like that meme with the butterfly. Is this a micro dose? No. I got so fucking high, and like at one point again, it's like I'm on autopilot, so like the song is fine,
Yeah.
but then I just come into reality, and like I lean over at our drummer and our other guitar player, and I'm like,
What's been happening?
what is going on? I don't know. Like I was so confused.
You
and,
forgot
like,
what song you were in?
I wasn't there for a while, and like I didn't know what had happened.
What did they say? Did it
you
translate
record
as
the
fine?
show?
Oh, they were like, "You're fine." They were like, "You're fine. We're in this song." I was like, okay.
I'm here and we're playing, and I know you guys, and
Oh, he
you're
threw
my
you-
friends.
He threw you the song name. to
Well,
help
yeah,
you
he
get
was
that?
like, because we were probably in like a Dark Star or like an other one or something like that.
That's the best.
Because we just like we get to the point where we love to get weird and make noise in both bands. Like we've just started doing it because we got him. He got himself a Moog not too long ago. A little like what is it? The Sub 2032.
37.
The 37. So like, and we
That
like
shit
get
is
to where we'll just
awesome.
like drop everything, and like he'll just start doing like sequenced fucking like cricket cat noises.
Chirping.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's hard to get to those zones sometimes. That's some liberating shit.
Yeah, see, when you can fully deconstruct, and I love forgetting a song that you're in. That's how I knew I made it. Like,
Yeah,
in that
best.
moment, it's like I finally got there. Because then it's like you're just, especially with the analog synth, you can just run it through so many different filters and just fuck with your tone and sit on a note
Yeah.
for a minute too and just explore. It's just
And as a
fun.
listener, that's so exciting too. Forgetting where am
What the
I?
jam
Like,
came out of.
what?
And
That's
then-
so exciting.
and snapping
Getting
back and be like,
getting
oh,
back on the path with the band.
So one of my favorite ones we did. We were recently at Growlers in Memphis. Shout out. We were just there recently, and we were doing Cats. And we do this thing when we're going into the jam, like after the big shit, and you've come back to like the main theme, like when you're in C. So like
Oh, you're back in it.
yeah, we've made our way back to C, but then we'll drop to what is it? We drop to like
minor?
C minor. And then we just, because we do that a lot. Like that's how we get to those spacey weird spots is we just modulate to the minor. And then,
You go type 2 on that shit.
yeah, we just modulate to the minor, get weird as fuck. And then for the breakthrough, we'll go back to the major and get fucking blissful and then go back into the song. And we got so fucking weird on that. We had to like almost kind of force the song. Like we kind of had to bring it back from almost nothing. It was like,
That's fun. That sounds like kind of a fishy like approach almost.
well, yeah, it kind of gets that, but that's just modern. That's modern,
modern
right?
jam.
That's like
Totally.
because because to me that's kind of the point of even doing it is to kind of keep pushing it and like kind of
Totally.
not
An
necessarily
extension.
update it, but like this
Yeah,
is a way you can
yeah.
do it. Like
You ever listen
Interpretation.
to the Miles Davis like live at the Plug Nickel like that era with Herbie and Tony and Wayne? You know what I'm talking about? That band. If you ever listen to them, like they're kind of doing what you're talking about. They're like playing jazz standards, but they're pushing it to the point where you don't know where the fuck you are. Like you're in outer space, and that's what I feel like is definitely what you're saying too, which is just taking the music to the next level. That's
well,
what it's all
how
about.
do you guys approach that aspect of it?
Well, depends on the night. Sometimes we could be more traditional than others, but I mean, I try to, as far as arrangements generally go, we're pretty true to form usually. But we get pretty fucking out there.
Have you ever thought about like messing around with that though? Like trying some songs into other songs?
Some drum space.
That wouldn't, that you wouldn't necessarily think of, or?
Yeah, sometimes. But I usually do that with some other projects. That one Birdsong Quartet I play with, which is it's kind of like a jazz approach to it. Like we'll try and deconstruct songs and come up with reharmonizations and fuck with arrangement stuff. And that band, I really try and fuck with the music a lot.
It's kind of up to the drummer, I feel like, to fully get off meter and then just be like, boom, just be like basically hitting shit like a child for a second.
Yeah.
And then it's really up to him when you snap back.
The drummer is the driver.
Yeah, man.
I love some of the stories about your drummer.
Oh.
Like when you're playing, you described like he'll like cycle through different like styles. And he'll get to one and you're like, yeah, I like that. He's like, no, not this one.
No, I don't like this one. It's like, no, that one was dope. Why'd you? No, okay.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're blessed to have like our drummer is my favorite right now, John Reed. He's a monster. Having a killer drummer, it's everything.
So you mentioned Further. You were a big fan of Further?
Yeah, dude.
Like
Further, that was formative. And like, what years was that? That was like 09 to
I think
basically 2014.
Yeah.
But I see like a lot of Further, Rat Dog, Phil and Friends, anything I could get my hands on. Dark Star. I was really into Dark Star when like John Kay was in that band.
Yeah.
And then, like he was like for coming up really influential and Further, and then like eventually something kind of like, I think it was after he played with Trey, I kind of kept getting a little less interested in his playing because I felt like he was trying to maybe sound like Trey a little too much. But it's a Dark Star. They rule. I'm getting cookie rambling now. This is shit's gonna get interesting.
I feel you.
Yeah, John Kay's so good.
He is so good.
Have you met him?
I don't think I've met him. No, I can't recall. But he's like my model for like he's like so proficient. Like I try and approach with his kind of. He's got this like steady proficiency cruise line that's like, I feel like it almost impedes on his risk taking at this point, but he's just so on point and consistent. That's something kind of strive for. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that like further kind of showed me that like I had permission to like fuck around with stuff because it's like
rule, dude.
It was really there's like that one recording, you can still find it on YouTube, of them playing like the full Terrapin suite at the studio, and like that intro jam, like jamming over that F in the beginning of Terrapin. I was like, shit, you can jam out whatever part. It's like you can do whatever. So it's like I really try to now find those little points where you can add in those kind of jams in songs. Like
they would take it places for sure. Like I remember, like Phil would kind of lead that train. Like they'd be like in the F Lydian thing, and then they'd all of a sudden be in D minor, or like take it all the different avenues of that shit. That band was. I saw him like almost, probably like 35 times or something like that. That was a good band to see as a youngin who never got to see Jerry.
Yeah. How
like I used to get made fun of. Now it's like not a thing anymore because so many people. It doesn't matter. It never mattered.
Oh my god, dude! People still tell me any of my opinions are invalid because I'm too young to have seen Jerry. Dude,
I can't believe people still say that.
Dude, the internet is the Wild West, dude. The people are telling me to kill myself because I got a chord wrong in a lesson.
No I live under a turd. Are you on? Yeah, that must be on Reddit or something. I live in a shell.
Just a little KY.
Lord have mercy. Oh,
yeah.
man.
So Yeah, I'm losing track of chronology. Further
J-Rad.
ruled. J-Rad, I appreciate J-Rad. I can't really get into it myself,
Tom
but
Hamilton
I appreciate
is
what they're doing.
Top 3 modern guitarists for me, I think.
Which one, Tom?
Yeah.
He
He rules. He's such a nice dude too. I'm a fan of that dude. So he's a good.
Well,
he's a
what is
really
it
good
about
player and a
J-Rad
good
that
dude.
you can't connect, that you don't feel like you can connect with?
I don't know. I tried seeing them live. Maybe it was because people are just taught like.
There's a lot of hype.
Chomper Central, man. I couldn't maybe focus, but I don't know. I love Joe Russo. Honestly, Joe Russo with Phil was some of my favorite shit. But yeah, I don't know. J-Rad, I just I don't know why I couldn't get into it, to be honest. I think I was just being a curmudgeon. A little it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Man, they do a lot of weaving. They're both very proficient. And
Everybody in that band is super awesome.
Yeah, they very
I guess
fluid
like
playing
at the
style.
end of the day, when it comes down to it, it's like I'm too old. This is too fast. I need
Okay, it is quick. It is.
Oh, you got there real fast though, didn't you?
Yeah,
it's listening lately though. The Bobby, some of the Bobby streams. I wish I saw Bobby when he came to Madison, because some of the subtle stuff he's been doing with the music recently, it's been really like interesting. I really like what he's been doing.
It seems like, yeah, he's been really attentive with like some of the way he wants it preserved.
Yeah,
He's
it seems like
orchestral.
He's like approaching it like from an orchestral aspect now.
Well, because I mean, like, when you write songs and stuff, you're always trying to get out how it sounds in your head, and I'm sure for him, that's probably how, because things sound so much bigger in your head, like than what you can usually get out. So if you've got like a full fucking orchestra, you're like, oh, the shit in my head can finally like be there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, shit's cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about the dead. What do you think about the conspiracies around the Grateful Dead?
Yeah, what do you
They
think
were
about the CIA, Jerry Garcia?
Yeah.
I love it, and I want my paycheck eventually from the CIA.
Gotcha.
Right,
Yeah.
because we're
Like,
continuing
what am
it,
I
right?
doing? This
Legacy.
pyramid scheme. This is the pyramid of the Illuminati. It's a pyramid scheme where they get you to do their dirty work without
It's a
paying.
funnel
I love it.
There's
there
some
was
sketch shit like Bob, is a member of Bohemian Grove, which is really
Yeah,
weird.
he goes there.
Well, I think the band members are pretty clueless themselves, but like as far as like just the MK Ultra with the times and like how it seeped in usually through ex-military members. I mean, it definitely
like
you
the
know,
tests.
It was used to like pacify the Berkeley kids and to get them to shut up and stop protesting. So it's like, well, did it? I don't know. Like, was the band in on it? I doubt it. But did it do its job? Like, yeah. Like,
That's the best take I've heard.
Yeah.
like I'm always like, I'd rather just be high and not think about like all this buzzkill shit.
That's fair. It's like we really need to chill them
So that
out.
means it
Yeah,
works.
they're really
just got-
harshing our vibe. We're trying to get this war going.
Right. Like,
And-
we gotta shut these fucking kids up. Let's
Slow
get them
them down.
spun as hell.
Let's just get them fucking and high and just be done with
Give
it.
them something to do.
And then
They'll chill
eventually
out.
it became a thing in the 80s where it's like, oh, we could imprison some of these people in our private prisons for selling LSD and put them in for life and shit like that.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
mandatory
That's
minimums.
the
are
ugly
bullshit.
side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What do you
not
guys
fun.
think?
There's some.
There's something weird about the acid test. I do think like maybe someone kneeling in the corner was taking notes.
Yeah.
And
Okay. So they were getting
very
into a
possible.
lot of trouble in 1970, 1969.
Yeah.
And that just kinda
Owsley
went away. Yeah.
Owsley got busted, and,
And
then
then
you didn't
nothing
hear
happened.
anything about it.
Well, he spent some time, but yeah, they got
fucking
into
Robert
some-
Hunter was a Freemason.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Fucking no, what
Not
was it?
surprising.
Scientologist.
Well, yeah. Apparently,
Scientology.
Robert
He
has
was into that stuff for a little, I think.
who?
Tom Constantin was a Scientologist.
I believe it.
Yeah, that one just seems like straight bullshit.
I mean, dude, that's a whole hell of a lot of shit to get into.
Well, you got to think that was new then.
Yeah,
and
back
it was
then,
and that was some
different.
far out shit.
Yeah.
And if you were high and they were like aliens, were alien souls
Okay.
trapped in human bodies. I mean, a lot of people think a variation of that, anyways.
Now I'm in. Now I see how
It's the original QAnon here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you have to measure your thetans, dog.
Oh yeah.
I almost got brought in by the Church of Scientology when I was 15.
Oh, that's fire.
Really?
Yeah. Do
How
they
did
have
that
the,
happen?
the hand test thing?
I was in New York, so like I had just gotten out of so it was weird. So I had just been in like a mental institution.
Oh.
And I got out and my mom was like, "Hey, you're doing better. Let's take a mother-son trip to New York City."
That quick. You
Yeah.
fell in with them that quick.
Well, so we go up there and we were going to be up there I think we were up there for like a week and a half or something like that. And my mom was just like, "I'm going to chill out at the hotel." And I was like, "Can I go walk around?"
That's so funny.
And she's
What
like,
are
"Yeah."
you guys doing after this? David, this is why you keep getting molested.
Yeah, absolutely. But so I go and I start walking around Times Square, and this dude walks up and he's like, "Hey man, what's up? You want to go see a free movie?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, stranger on
Free
the
movie?
street."
That's my favorite thing.
Hell yeah, stranger.
I'm following this man.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
he's like,
movies.
"Come
I'm
with
best.
me."
Yeah, I'm with them now.
Yeah, I'm with you now. We're going to your house to watch movies.
Okay.
So we go and then we roll up and we're at a church. Basically, we're at this building that looks it's a church. It's like
Okay.
an old church, and we walk in and because okay, I'll let you know a little something about me. I knew that it wasn't.
I knew I was
cool.
being abducted.
I knew
You were into the danger.
yeah, a little bit because I want to experience.
15-year-old
stuff.
Davey fell in
Dude,
with this.
Midtown, that area is like that's like the only like the remnants of like sketchy, shady '70s New York City. Like Midtown and Times Square gets like sleazy.
Oh yeah.
The
And I was
outskirts of
down.
Times Square, especially. Yeah, it's like all
Okay,
that.
so you
I was
went
in.
to the second location.
So I went to the second location, and I was not going to go to a third location. So just so you know, I was
good.
doing okay.
Yeah.
So we walk in,
Ain't
and then
allowed.
he shows me to a private little movie screening area, and he sits
Already
me
bad.
down, and I watch a little like 15-minute movie about fucking Dianetics.
okay.
So mind over matter shit. So
Yeah.
like, and I was just like, and by this point I had already like, I knew these guys already. I had already dosed and like, I was already like looking, obviously I was looking for stuff, you know, like, but I wasn't like, I was like, yeah, okay, mind over matter, whatever, bullshit. This is bullshit. What you're telling me here is bullshit. So then we get up to walk out and the guy's like, okay, well, we're gonna do some tests if you're okay with that. We're gonna do some tests with you. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. He's like, it's only like $50. And I was like, I have no money.
None of this.
I have no money for you. I have nothing. And then he
Free
was
movie.
like, yeah, you said free movie.
Not
There's no
$50.
such thing as a free movie. And then, but what I noticed is that he's got two dudes kind of like around him, two larger dudes kind of like
Davey.
in his periphery. And he was like, he's like, if you don't have the money for it, that's fine. He's like, like if you want to stay, that's all right. It's like we have rooms.
I'm
we
here
have like
for
like we can make sure you go to school and all this stuff. And I was
The way to treat
I'm
them would be,
visiting.
you say if you front me the money for the highest level,
Yeah.
I'll come in.
I'll come in.
and I'll pay you back. I promise, because I know all the secrets to the
That's
universe.
crazy.
But so then it ends up like the guy again, like there's like it immediately starts to feel a bit more foreboding than I was
yeah, because the
kind of there for.
rest of your life kind of planning.
Yeah, there's a threshold that I'm willing to hit, right?
I'm visiting.
Yeah, and then so they kind of start to like move in, and I was able to kind of like back my way to a door and work my way out. But those guys didn't want me to leave, and that was.
So
fresh young
did you
meat.
hoof it back?
Did I walk? I mean, yeah, fucking.
Okay, I didn't know if they took you back.
You know I can walk.
They could see it in your eyes. Something you were like searching. You were innocent still. They feel like they could trick you.
Well, but
Free-
even then,
free
no,
movies,
no,
nice.
they thought I would be into it because
Yeah,
they were
you're
like,
looking.
"You can stay." They
Yeah.
were like,
Oh,
they were
yeah.
like, "You don't have to go. Like, you can."
He knew there was no movie.
Yeah,
We have hard drugs back there.
it's well, no, it was one of
Sounds
those,
like some from like Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay, yeah, love that movie. Very Kubrickian.
That movie rules. That reminds me also like the 12 Tribes bus incident.
We have a yellow deli here. We have them here.
Oh wow, I've never actually seen their deli, but I went on
The
their
food's
bus
great.
when I was a kid, just
They put
because I wanted
sprouts on
free
shit.
cookies.
Yeah, you got some
Wanted free
dude. Those cookies are pretty good, except they
Cookies
put
were fire,
fucking.
dude. And I knew like I was susceptible. I was like, all right, they're a cult. Like they're gonna give me the talk, and they gave me the talk.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, you hate your mother type talk, and I was like, no, dude, I love my mom. Like,
My
what are
mom
you
is
talking
great.
about? And they're like,
up, love
my
my
name
mom.
is Josephus. I hate my mother. Basically, was the vibe. And
Yeah.
they had good cookies, good tea, and yeah, got the fuck off.
Oh yeah.
My experience sounds way more fun than yours. Sounds way scary, like almost like human trafficking, like incident.
Yeah, but I think to honestly, it was one of those things where it's like I feel like they were. It was kind of like they were trying to recruit me.
Yeah.
It felt more
did
like
sound
cult.
human trafficking.
Instead of take me and move me around, because they would have just taken me,
Right.
Right.
But like it seemed like they wanted a recruit because they could tell I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
They were like, this kid seems off. Maybe he'll want to also fucking manipulate
Yeah,
people.
it's to
for
stay
a
out.
cult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
that's the classic tactic. Of
But it's like, you know,
any
I
cult.
surround myself with people that could be cult leaders. You know, it's
Totally,
like
could be,
yeah, they just
but-
harness their black magic.
see, you could be a cult leader, Toby could be a cult leader, Houston could be a cult leader, and it's just like we do different stuff with it.
No, I remember the 12 Tribes outside of a fish show catching spunions, basically.
Yeah.
That's their
They
thing.
had a little.
That's their prey.
Yeah, dude. They have a little tent set up, and then they're just like, they're again the same kind of shit. Throwing angsty, like, just like hippie speak at them, you know? It's like-
Yeah. That's
Yeah, it
what
is
they're
Bateman.
like. Wook Jordan Peterson shit. It's like
Yo.
they're like I was a spunion at that time, and like they really thought they could get me, but I was like, no, I got you.
I'm not
I got
that
these
high.
cookies, bitches.
Yeah,
I'm not that high.
you have been spun.
Like I haven't eaten the fluff yet.
But did you already have a beard and long hair?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
then
had,
they
like, a beard.
wanted
I was, like-
you, dude.
I came
Oh,
out of
they
the womb
wanted
with like
you.
a head of hair, you know. But I had a beard like I was like 16.
You are primed for the 7 tribes, dude.
Yeah.
Totally,
Just
they
avoid-
tried to get me. Yeah,
Just avoid anyone with a pamphlet while you're high, you know?
Dude,
That should be a
the
general
Predator-
rule.
nobody wants a pamphlet.
The predatory vibes at the aftermath of shows is always, or festivals, is the strangest vibe.
Oh, they're like
It's-
people that are
yeah.
literally like vultures.
Yeah, they're trying to fucking scoop people up.
You fucking turkey neck vulture. What are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of. I love kind of that. There's like that duality of like the dark, seedy aspect. Then you're like, oh, like fairyland. But yeah, the
Yeah, someone
duality is
across
always.
from them
A
is
lot of
like-
people forget how like dark shit got when the dead were. You know, when Jerry was around. And they're like,
There's
Shit got
gangsters
dark.
involved.
for sure. Shit
Lot of
always like
gangsters.
there's always a duality to everything. Shit always, you know, it's just like it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be natural
How you
in,
deal with it.
in a counterculture environment. But yeah, there is
Especially
this,
when you
the
get
people-
when shit gets so big, just more problems seep in. That's why I like, you know, it's like just playing in a band that's not that big. You know, there's really not that many problems.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, it is kind of like, especially when you're doing something like that, especially being one of like, because you guys are a pretty high tier tribute.
We do solid, yeah, but like I can't imagine having to deal with like actual logistical safety, like
Yeah.
like people, you know, like actual problems. Our crowds are generally pretty mellow. You know, we get like, you know, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it does bring good people around, I guess. Like, you know, you can
Or
guarantee-
not dangerous. Or some semi-dangerous.
Semi-dangerous.
There's some eclectic characters for sure.
You can pick them
Show
out
up,
though.
Have you ever seen Nitrous Mafia people?
Like at our shows.
But potentially, or just in general, like that was one
I
of the
haven't
most.
like shows that I play really, but now all that stuff is like I don't know. Everyone just gets like delivery service tanks or whatever.
Yeah.
Love
nitrous.
nitrous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like yeah.
Like at our we did a New Year's Eve, so it was fun. Like a few people like there was no like it all comes. I guess they're it's like how streaming, how video has gone to video rental went to streaming. It's like now instead of selling balloons on the corner, they just like rent out tanks.
Yeah.
So I don't know how shit works.
Yeah, you can have like cards and like have your own tanks.
Well, there's a guy here in town who has a license to have it.
The bus,
There's a bus here called what is it?
the purple something.
Yeah, something like that. It's called the purple something. I forget. And
I think it's called like the purple bus.
Probably. But he'll drive you around and you can legally do nitrous on his bus.
It sounds
That's pretty epic.
Yeah,
That's fun. I mean, like if you do too much of that stuff, it'll fuck you up. But yeah, definitely a big fan. Like any deadhead, like I think that was like also the first like drug I ever did in my life. Like back when you're a kid getting a tooth pulled at the dentist.
Yeah,
sure.
They gave me gas, and I remember like just like loving it, and they're like, look out for this kid. Like,
this kid's gonna like drugs.
You put me on.
Just
kid is
like
gonna be in the jam bands.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, nitrous is fun. It's so nice, like for a psychedelic experience. I just like, I don't like the gangster stuff, but it has
neither
such.
do I.
It's a funny role, like on like a shakedown street somewhere.
just the
I can't get myself to like.
No, just people. The people enjoying it are having a carefree, fun time.
Oh yeah, they're fun.
I know, like,
And
one of the
it's
first-
a part of the ecosystem
It is.
too. I feel like
They're like the
but, like,
jellyfish.
I can't get myself to like buy balloons.
Yeah, it's like your dollar
that. But
beer.
if somebody's got a tank at a party, like I'm gonna go to town. That's
Well, dude, and that's the thing about
Sorry,
being,
Mom.
being a not Jerry. It's like people are going to be like, this dude wants the drugs, and they'll just give you the drugs.
that could be very problematic for sure, and definitely had to.
Well, you
learn.
don't take all the drugs, Josh.
That's what Jerry
had to
did.
learn from experience with that one.
Yeah,
That's what Jim Morrison did.
Just save them for later.
yeah, save 'em for later.
Yeah, never say no, but you don't have to do it right then.
Yeah, and always make sure you ask that. Do I have to do this right now?
Is this a stipulation? Because I'm out.
Yeah, now we, as they say, I don't know if you're hip to fantasy tour culture, but
PT?
keep it PT sober. You know?
Okay, all right. Dude, I loved Fantasy Tour. I had my
It was
stats
such
on
a
there.
culture. It was like
Yes,
so like
that was the best
pre,
form.
like pre like alt right for like it was like edgy like but pre Trumpy alt right like honestly it was not that like people were like getting really
It's serious. It was like sub-profile in MySpace. Fantasy Tour, PT.
Yeah, people would like
It was a
talk
forum.
serious shit on that forum.
And you
too.
could like
It was,
fly your flags of like your main jam bands on your profile.
This weed does not taste good.
Oh man, like I remember being taken aback at how strong of a presence that Fish fans and especially Disco Biscuit fans were all over PT and like had their profiles like updated with all their shows. Those have seen like 50 to 100 Biscuit shows, and you can see it on
Right,
their stats.
the stats part is up. Yeah, I think I still have mine.
That's like
on
all
there,
the
but I
shit
just
I
remember
hate.
seeing how like how the kind of terrible things people would say to each other. That was like my first like intro to troll like internet troll.
Oh
shit.
yeah. Like
And I
string
was like,
cheese
whoa,
fans.
you could do this on the internet?
Humphreys fans are huge trolls.
Down.
You can literally be the meanest person ever to anyone.
You could tell someone to kill themselves. Like that's legal.
I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that
PT
every
was
day
hard.
of my life from now on.
Man,
I feel like
yeah.
PT. Yeah, they're like.
I'm so glad you brought that up. It just sharply died off. People would like you could like reach out and like like they had like pages for the shows coming up. You could meet people like
And get chlamydia.
well, no, like just like Crash or dude. Gable was
Get
like
chlamydia.
famous on PT.
For giving chlamydia.
No, for being the lapper.
He had it though.
I didn't think that everyone knew that. But yeah, no, so his PT name is the Lapper on there.
Oh, because
And-
he'd lap you.
No.
Oh, no.
The Macaulay Show. So Humphreys, they played a show at a local high school here. And he streaked and did laps naked, and they were like, "That's the
Oh my
Lapper." And so he was like big on the on PT, And like we would go see shows, and I would actually see him get recognized.
Yeah.
Like, cause he's a bit of a celebrity on there for the Lapper shit.
Dude.
Yeah, like he had this baseball. Like a lot of people like threw in and got baseball jerseys with their PT names on it.
Damn, that's too deep for me.
Oh no, it's nice.
Fandom.
Oh
My
no, it was
PT
deep.
handle was Custy Noob 123.
Oh, nice. Just not a cop. 765.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
that
they
was
shared.
one of the, like, good times.
They had like a bunch of archives of some good shows on there. A lot of tapers
man,
were on
speaking
there.
of archives, archive. Like, where would we be without that website?
Yeah.
Dude, well, you're on it all the time, aren't you?
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, archive. Yeah, I try to listen to like a show a day, usually, for sure. It's just keep it, because that's like I find like the more I mean, some days I don't want to listen to any music, but like if I'm playing Grateful Dead, or like if I'm trying to like play the more Jerry vocabulary, or like be in tune with it, for me, it's like I just gotta have to like listen to it a lot and get it in my bones.
Do you find yourself like so to that point? Do you find yourself at points having to not listen to it, so you're not doing like not trying to like take phrases note by note, or are you just like looking for feel, or?
Well, yeah. Sometimes, I mean, for sure. Some days I just want to listen to like ambient Brian Eno or Ali Akbar comp for the gig. But my goal really, like, for improvising is like if I'm like in that brain space where I'm thinking, it's not gonna be flowing. Like trying to get to that kind of, Kimmock is a master of it. I feel like that's why Jerry loved him so much, is getting into that Zen state where you're not focused on how you sound so much, you're just letting it flow. And yeah, that's where we're all trying to be, I guess. But that's hard.
Well, that's
man.
what we're
And it's
chasing.
like,
that's the thing, right? That's the thing.
dude,
we're
and
always
COVID
chasing.
really fucked it up, man.
Yeah.
Like it really fucked my groove up. And it kind of had to. It was COVID was a blessing and a curse. I mean, it like helped me get my life back on track and whatever. But like,
Were you going down a rough road?
it was, yeah. I mean, I feel like for sure, like everyone, yeah, definitely, like life. Like, yeah, COVID that break needed to happen for sure for me. I just needed to like, have that break, and but COVID like totally put a corkscrew in fucking feeling that, like getting that live flow going, finally figuring out how to get it back. I feel like it's fucking hard though.
Well, I bet. Well, I mean, that microdosing's got to help. That's just.
That helps, man. Yeah, and there's this book. Have you ever heard? It's been around for a long time. It's Kenny Werner's Effortless Mastery.
Oh, well, I've
It's,
heard of the book. I haven't read it.
Dude, that book is really good, and it just kind of helped remind me, like, like why we play music, just to have fucking fun and not get so caught up in how we sound. It's a lot of just covering that aspects and. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, when it comes down to it, it's just dealing with your own ego, and that's hard for me, and yeah, that's why, yeah, definitely the microdosing helps for sure. That's it, and definitely checking in on a macro dose once a year helps too. That's usually what I do, and I always find myself like eating acid and being at the Dead Coach show and being like, why am I listening to John Mayer and tripping balls? Like, what the fuck? But it's all like I just end up laughing. Yeah, it's good times.
Well, yeah, because so like I would always, because to me, people ask me all the time, like in the chats and stuff. They're like, "Are you gonna go see this show? Are you gonna go see this show?" And my answer is always no. And they're like, "But why?" And I'm like, first off, I play it all the time. I play it. Why? Like I do it. So I'm gonna do it instead of like going. It's like I would rather play a sport than go watch a sport.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And in that regard, it's more like going out and seeing everybody. Usually, like, I'll get, like, the past few Dead Coach shows I've seen, it's usually somebody will bless me with a ticket or something. But it's usually just, like, a night on the town. And
Yeah.
Everyone goes out for it.
I did see Phil recently. That was fun. But, yeah, I feel you on that. I've definitely missed out on, like, a lot of his shows just because, yeah.
I don't think you missed anything. Though.
It's an artistic liberty.
That's the thing, for sure. And a lot of jam band audiences, I don't really like going as an audience member because a lot of the audiences just are disrespectful and talk like it's just like a next level thing. Like I go to other kind of concerts and I could hear like a pin needle drop and I'm like, I'm in heaven right now. Like I could like totally immerse myself in the music. Like everyone's like respectful, like going to a movie theater and not talking type shit. Like jam band audiences, like
they're screaming at you while you're playing.
Depending how boozed up they are, or coked up, or whatnot, they're just like, or what city you're in, they're crazy. And like I'd just like be like, why did I spend all this money to listen to some douchebag next to me talk about like his finances or something?
Yeah.
It's like fun.
Damn.
One of the last shows we played, my back was to the bar, and there was a couple guys that would just grab my shoulder while I'm playing.
That's
they were within reaching distance.
Yeah,
It scared the
you're
shit out of
doing
me.
great, man.
I could see Toby
Dude.
slapping someone though. I feel like I've almost seen Davey kick someone. I feel like you've like pushed him back with the headstock.
No, I hit him in the head with a headstock. But what were you gonna say, Josh?
Whoa. Oh, I was gonna say just don't do a Brian's. You know the Brian Jonestown. You ever see that documentary where he kicked the dude in the head? Just don't do that.
Oh Lord.
What I was gonna say though, more importantly, is it just reminded me of the time our piano player, he was playing like a solo. This girl came up behind him, shoved her fingers down his pants, like to grab his butthole.
Oh my god!
No,
I shit you not. This
That's
happened.
an assault, brother.
Like his
Yeah,
girlfriend, the keyboardist girlfriend was
Okay.
standing right. It was like,
oh no.
crazy shit happens.
And
dude.
then she
You're
pulled
just
it
like-
out and just sniffed it
That's
just
an
as
assault.
hard as she could.
She was
Brother.
pulling some like weird statement. I don't know what her trip was. but
statement?
yeah.
Touch your butthole.
She was in control.
That's illegal.
Oh, what?
But
Grab him
I
by
don't
the
know what her
pussy.
deal was.
yeah, grab him by the
But
bus.
crazy shit happens at shows.
That's
Okay,
assault,
is that
brother.
one of the craziest things you've seen at a show?
Wait, she was pulling a move on him?
It's a power
She
play.
like
She was
shoved
pulling
her
a power
fingers
play.
down, like she was gonna like tickle his beehole or something.
Oh man.
Not
it.
cool.
Yeah. What's the craziest thing? Like at gigs I've played, yeah, that's probably like I'm trying to remember. Like we've had like a girl like come up with like sparklers attached to her nipple rings.
Oh,
Okay.
That's fun.
Oh, that's
Cool.
dangerous.
I always like hope there'd be like a streaker. There's never been a streaker really.
We bring the lapper back.
You guys need to get weird during like a dancing in the street or something. And
Totally.
then that's yeah.
Yeah.
Feels
It's-
like a
it's
stranger
fun
to
to-
start eyeing people.
You know those kids that were getting like naked at the Dead Coast shows last tour. You probably heard about them. They were like every drums in space. They would just get butt naked and be spinning. They're the spinner
I
kids.
mean, I respect it.
Those kids are lit. They would come to like. They did like a West Coast run with us.
Nice.
Like, they would be spinning like while we were tuning our instruments. They'd still be spinning. Like they were so fun to play for.
They're in it. They're not even listening.
Yeah, dude, playing for people in it's too much fun, and that's what it's. I could see where like if you're an evil Charlie Manson type person, like that's where like you start like I'm gonna manipulate these kids.
Yeah.
So,
Finally.
yeah, it's like it's a fragile like blessed.
Well, no, you're
magic
doing a
to
thing
be
for
careful
people.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna do good with it, and that's why I'm like we always like keep politics off the mic, just play throwing stones, make your,
Do it that way.
because back in like it was like interesting times when Trump was president with like the deadhead divide,
Ugh.
and I was super adamant with like not getting politics involved in the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dude, it's
it is what
pretty.
it is.
Dude, even now, like if you were to say anything political in our chat, it would immediately
Erupt.
Like you would see it split, and it's like that's why we do our best to stay away from it. It's not.
Yeah,
it's-
and there's like the music's for everybody, and there's like literally every kind of person in society is like you'd find them to be a deadhead. So it's like
Yeah.
So maybe we're not.
everyone's
also
entitled to
different.
have fun.
Maybe don't get
Exactly,
upset about
everyone just wants to have fun. So.
Yeah. Bob was very political.
Well, yeah, that was
He's
the whole
very-
thing. Was it like that's when it started? Was when Jerry died because Jerry was like, nah.
Yeah.
He's like rainforest, fine, I guess. And then, but
Bob and Barlow were into some weird, like, libertarian Republican shit at one point. But, yeah, his politics have definitely shifted over the years.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
they should be
politics and
involved
music.
with something.
It's like, yeah, I feel like it's just kind of a buzzkill.
Yeah. Dude, the head count shows were good, though. The Bob Weir head count shows?
The one in 08?
I think so. Dude, John Popper
the one
played.
that, like, reunited... They
brought a bunch of people
Obama
together.
that basically reunited the Core 4, I remember, in 08.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
That, like, melted a bunch of people. Like, I remember people were just, like, losing their minds about that in both negative and positive. And I'm just stoked that those bros are playing. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's really the way to be. Like, I mean, when it comes down to it, like, being opinionated about something you have no input on or control over is kind of
Yeah. Register to vote, I guess. Yeah.
Well, the way I look at it, it's like I don't like. I want my audience, like, if we're playing a show, I just want everyone to have fun and forget about all that shit, and everyone's just a deadhead at that point.
Well, yeah,
Like,
it's that form of escapism. It's that kind of that, because that's the whole point of being an entertainer, is to, like, make people forget about that shit.
Oh, totally. And people, like, totally. People are always going to strive for that kind of experience.
Well,
And
it's
they
what
have for
everybody
thousands
wants,
of
because being
years.
alive is fucking weird and scary.
Yeah.
Right. And people have kind of been doing this since ancient times, like, as far as, eating a fermented object and tripping fucking balls and, like, having, like, these rituals has been a part of humans for quite a long time and has impacted religions for thousands of years.
Oh yeah,
It's true.
I think every
It's just
religion.
something that humans strive for. It's just, I don't think it'll ever go away. And it's interesting to see what's going to happen, like, once the original members are going to pass away eventually, and to see what happens with the music after that is like, it's really interesting, because a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of vultures, like, who want to take advantage of the financial gains.
Dude, I will.
all
Dude,
that.
you want to hear my theory of what's going to happen?
Yes.
I think that there's going to be some form of it, because this is what would make the most money. It would be Mayer and Billy Strings. That would make the most money. They got fucking J-Rat, they got Joe Russo, and then fill the band out. You get Jeff back on keys, and then O'Teal stays on bass, and then you just have Billy take Bob's spot. That would make so much fucking money.
With Kurtzman as well, though? It'd have to have someone original in it,
It was
right?
Joe.
I don't think so.
Well,
I think
let's assume that all the original guys have passed.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
that far in the future. That makes sense. It's insane. Billy Strings, his career. I remember seeing him open for Grisman, like, I don't know, it must have been like 7 or so years ago. But
cool.
yeah, nobody outside of Michigan or, like, the flat picking community knew who the fuck he was. That dude just blew up. Not really like into this stuff, but
Nah.
dude's fucking monster player. He's definitely a monster of, like, that flat. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not like. I suck at that shit.
He picked a really old-timey voice to lean
Yeah,
into,
he
which
comes
is
to that
odd, like-
tradition. But for me, what trips me out is seeing that kind of music on a stage like that with the lights, like, and
Yeah.
like, I like seeing bluegrass where they're all huddled up to, like, one microphone, like,
playing at the fucking Opry, and it's like this dude.
yeah.
Soggy Bottom Boys style.
Yeah.
No, God. Yeah, I mean, he's an insane player, but yeah, I could totally see that happening. That would make the most money.
Well,
I don't know if Mayer really wants to.
that's exactly what the chat's saying. The chat is resounding on a no. That's a dumb idea, but that's fine. I was just saying what would make the most money.
I love some
we're trying
Marcus
to make
King
money,
still.
guys. Come on.
Yeah, I like Marcus King as far as, like, the young up and coming guitarists, singers. He's still really good.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
really good. I haven't checked in on him in quite a few months. He's really good.
Oh yeah,
Well, I think if the dudes, if the none of the people are like shoot off into anything and they just kind of stop, I assume people will continue to do a form of it. Like O'Teal's probably going to continue to play Dead music, like he loves it so much. And so like I don't know exactly what will happen to that, but I think at that point though, like the brackets just rise a little bit, right? So it's then you just have like J-Rad and like whatever, like Billy and the Kids, but that's still kind of part of J-Rad. I don't know, man. Then you've got Dark Star kind of ascends, right?
Yeah.
And then these guys, you're
What
gonna,
about Goose?
You're gonna shoot up Goose.
What about Goose?
Goose is just primed to be the thing now.
They're the heir apparent.
Yeah. Is he there? Did he freeze?
froze?
Did he pass
Little
out?
froze?
Did he die?
That's a froze.
You frozen? Did your
you pause?
computer die?
He paused and walked away.
Okay.
This is a home screen.
Uh-oh. I think his computer may have died, but we have a nice
Nice still frame.
we have a nice still frame of him
Hello.
having a
I would love if he just
conversation.
goes,
I thought he
there?
was ignoring me. Honestly.
Yeah. I like the edible.
yeah.
The
Pretty good.
cookie
There's
was
two
green.
of us.
I'll have to just charge that phone up a little bit.
Yeah, but what's going on? Hey, hit the like button, guys. What's going on over
That
in the
was
chat?
sick.
He'll come back. We'll have him. He'll ring back in.
I'm
Yeah.
back.
Oh, he's back.
Okay, snap.
Boom.
All right, sorry, my internet shit out. Do you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're back.
All right,
Everything's
we're
good.
back. We're back. I apologize.
Yes.
AT&T. I got a gripe to pick with you. So.
Fuck you, AT&T.
Yeah. Where were? Oh man, what were you saying?
We were
Where
talking
you
about
guys-
what's going to happen after the. So it's. I think the brackets will just kind of rise. So I think
brackets
that,
will. Yeah, we'll see. But I think either way, this music it's like the new jazz in the sense that like back when there's people want to go out and people want to go out and dance, but it's like jazz, like it's the new songbook, and there's just a lot of musicians who I would never ever expect to play Grateful Dead who are playing Grateful Dead now because it's like it's what people want to go out and see.
Yeah, it's weird how it's become that. But yeah, I agree that these are like the new standards.
Totally, dude. It's like, yeah, and in that regard, that you could totally like morph it into something different. Which I'm stoked that you're doing it, and I hope more people start like really fucking with the music, like like doing reharmonization, like that stuff's like I don't know, just take it wherever. But yeah, who knows what the future holds. I'm just hoping to survive this tour coming up.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Where y'all going?
Oh, I gotta pull this up. We're going everywhere. Let me pull this up. So we usually go out for like a month at a time, and like I usually come back a broken man. No, it's like coming back from war. It's it's
bet.
fun as fuck, but it's like
Are y'all usually on? Like
I don't get enough sleep on tour for some reason, so I
Yeah.
get like really fucked on tour. Let me see though. We're starting in Colorado. I just gotta find this this little image so I actually know where we're going.
Where are you going?
Right.
Where did you go?
That's fucking Dave Matthews?
Yeah, dude.
That took me a second.
Everything's got to be hard to find it when I really want to find it. That's
What's
how it always is.
What's the saxophone player for Dave Matthews? Is it Jeff Coffin?
Yeah, it's Bella's old guy.
Yeah.
So we're starting off in Fort Collins, and then we're going to Denver. We're playing at the infamous So Many Roads. We do a few nights there, and then Colorado Springs. We're doing a few shows, 4 shows in Montana, doing 3 shows in Washington. We got 5 Oregon shows. We usually do like Bend, Portland, Eugene. Eugene's my favorite.
Damn.
Yeah.
We got some good family in Eugene.
Oh, yeah. Eugene's really fun in that regard. There's a lot of history there. Then Salt Lake City, and we do 2 nights in Salt Lake, and 2 nights. We got a night in Lincoln, Nebraska, and Omaha because they get neglected. So we're going to show them some love. And then we got 2 shows in Illinois. So, yeah, we got a busy month coming up.
Fucking
It'll be
hey.
fun. It's fun to travel. Yeah,
That's
it's
all in a month?
A lot of fun. It's all spanning from April 20th is the first show all the way to May 20th.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Is when we're back at Martyrs. That's our like home base in Illinois. Is this venue called Martyrs?
I feel like Colorado would
super
be fun.
awesome.
Yeah, what's Salt Lake like?
Salt Lake's pretty cool, man. People are like hungry for music out there, and it's I don't know, like it's way more chill than I thought. I used to be like terrified going through Utah.
A lot of Mormon people?
Like with weed, like the weed laws and everything. I used to be really afraid. But now they're like, like medical and everything. And,
Okay.
yeah. All they care about is their Mormon shit. Just
Yeah.
don't fuck with the Mormons.
Yeah, don't fuck with them. Do not fuck with them. They are precious.
But I think Salt Lake City's like the liberal hub of the state, basically. It's like
That makes sense.
I don't know. I mean, I like Oregon though, as far as like not Oregon, Utah, the land. Like
it's fucking gorgeous.
it's so gorgeous. Yeah,
Ugh.
the land out there. You're like, am I on like the ocean drained? Like if the ocean was drained, like this is what the bottom of the ocean would look like.
Yeah, because it was. That's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
that is.
Like, yeah, it's so cool.
Dude, I had to because when we lived out, well, Toby was back out here already. I used to drive pounds from LA to Chicago.
Oh wow.
So I used to drive that route like a lot. And so it was
Out to
I
like
haven't
76
spent time
to
up in
80 or
Utah.
something.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
it was pretty.
Is that
was
like
pretty
2 or
insane.
3 days?
Yeah, I'd do it in 2. So I wanted to get it.
Real, yeah, they would like that's shady through Nebraska. They would always try and pop people like coming through there on 80.
I've never been to Nebraska.
It was always either a Honda Civic or a Honda Accord, clean, good plates, drive the speed limit.
Nah, that's old school. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta
Yeah,
do.
that was forever ago for Davey.
Yeah,
That's
a long
like
time.
12 plus 10.
I was
15?
20. I was 20.
A good decade.
But dude, we need to get up there. We're trying to get up there. Like so many of our subscribers are within that belt. So it's like we just have to kind of like break that barrier of like getting up past the South.
Yeah,
But
I wish. We don't play the South enough.
you need to come down here, dude. We got a hookup at a really good venue.
Where in Tennessee are you guys?
Chattanooga.
You guys in Nashville? Chattanooga, nice. We played. I think we only played in well, what is it? Not well. We did play. We've played a few shows in Nashville, but what's the other place by Nashville that was super awesome? I'm spacing.
Talking about
What's the name of
Memphis.
this? No, not Memphis.
Okay.
Knoxville?
Asheville?
Knoxville. Yes,
Knoxville,
I love
okay.
Knoxville. Knoxville ruled.
Knoxville
People were
loves dead music.
and the food ruled. And yeah, but we don't get down south enough. I don't know. I think Doug's got some prejudice or something. But
What?
That's fair. The South people.
What?
I've heard that.
Get him on the phone.
I don't know what is. Yeah, I don't know. But we're trying to get down there. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we got to simmer with the politics. Like, it's not their. It's not.
Yeah.
We talk. We're
Stop.
people. It's
Just
people.
yeah, just like
Exactly,
Salt Lake, just like
exactly.
Salt Lake. There's like these liberal hubs.
No, Chattanooga's
Exactly.
a pretty solid town. So if you guys ever want to get down here, there's a really
Man,
nice
me
venue.
personally, I'll play anywhere. I don't give a damn. But yeah, hell yeah.
You ever been to
Yeah, I
Atlanta?
No, we haven't played Georgia. No, we haven't played. We've gotten like basically. I gotta look at a map at this point, but
Well, you guys
So
are
we
like
haven't really-
you're about 13 hours.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
The
we've
West
played,
Coast makes sense.
Yeah, we
though.
haven't been. No, we've played in Arkansas.
That's not bad.
We played in Oklahoma. We haven't played in Texas, but we played in like the southern, southwest belt, the whole. But yeah, we haven't gone like far east really. Like I haven't been to like Maine or Vermont yet or anything like that. But we've been like around the east. But yeah, mostly we like to really like go out west, and like we like to time it too with harvest season, like especially fall tour.
Smart.
When they're totally like flushed with weed.
Extra
and
money.
it's super
too.
fun. Yeah. Just smoke all the fresh harvest.
Wow.
Have a good
So
time.
what do you guys travel in?
A Suburban with a trailer attached to it, and I get to sit in the back seat.
Yeah, you do, don't you? You little like.
I do, because I'm the little one. I'm the youngest one. I'm the little beach.
You need. Do you ever drive?
No, I play stupid.
Okay, I don't know how any of this works.
I will drive, like I have in situations where like it's been so rare where like.
But you
everyone's
do not
wasted
make
and I have
it
to get
easy
to
for anyone.
Right, I'm gonna like eat a lot of edibles and get out of it somehow. No,
That's nice.
Nobody,
Whoops.
they know not even to ask me at this point. But it's like I will demand to drive the. I've been working on it, but like as far as driving on stage, I will be insistent on driving that. But I've been working on not being so insistent on that. You know how it is. You're like, I am the Jerry, I am the captain now. Look at me.
Yeah, I am the captain now. You come here. That's hilarious, dude.
But yeah, that's fun, and that's a whole other thing is like learning how to. Because I imagine like Jerry, like man. Some of the stuff Bobby like does, like those dudes must have drove Jerry crazy in ways, and just to let go of it and let everyone be in their own eclectic selves and accept it. It's it's a challenge, and once you accept it, and like I just find like the music's good as long as I could have fun, and whatever I could do to have fun just has to be done.
Dude, I always feel so good on road days, though. Like, because I just feel like it sparks something.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's got this, like, definitely this kind of, like, American mythology, like, vibe. And also, if you do it too much, that's why I was like, I have to remind myself how special it is, because if you do it too much, you could, like, just kind of numb yourself to it, or I do, and kind of like just forget how fucking rad and how lucky I am.
Because it's like you just play music, right?
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Super lucky. Yeah.
That edible is hitting you, and I love it.
The edible is.
I love the idea of touring during harvest season, though.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, the fall one. The spring one's fun too. We used to tour, like do these winter tours, and like we used to like literally. Remember when John Kay got in trouble for saying he was like risking his life?
Oh my God, I was gonna bring that up earlier. Yeah, what a
weirdo. When he posted
What?
that. Like we were literally like touring the mountains of like Colorado in February, like to play with Melvin, and we were like Melvin wouldn't drive with us, but he drove separately. We would but we would like be like there were a few instances where we would like be we didn't have proper tires at this time. We were just like kind of road dogging it, and we were like slide down this fucking peaks and like fucking just crazy shit.
You're like, I'm gonna die today. This is it.
Yeah,
awesome.
and I'd never been happier to like I was like so stoked, and we're like, yeah, we're risking our life. Like I remember that post came out around then, and then yeah, that was lit. Forget what I was gonna say.
Risking my life.
Yeah, dude. Well, no, that's what John Kay said.
I didn't
you never
hear
saw that?
No.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm risking my life.
Yeah, he had a little jaded complaining moment, and everyone just like totally took advantage of it.
Let me see if I can.
It's an interview?
I'm gonna try
It
to
was like
find
a Facebook post. Like he used to like kind of like post these like angsty like things, and I think he learned to not do that anymore because all the trolls would just like have a field day.
Yeah, I'm not finding it. I was trying to find it.
Yeah, you'll find just like threads about it, but it was good times. Yeah, I totally miss those days. But yeah, I try to some tours it's a mental trip for sure. I've got mad cats at home. I like miss my cats, and for sure.
How many cats you got?
Oh, we got like 7 right now.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
They're all upstairs, but yeah, we like during the pandemic, there's like an outdoor they're not feral really, but there was like a lot of like outdoor colony cats that
Those are killers.
befriended. Yeah, they're the shit.
Those are the
They're my
killers.
minions. They're gonna, yeah.
Do they just kind of like flock around you when anyone comes in the house? So you're wearing almost like a coat of cat.
Basically, it's
Love it.
crazy cat lady shit. Yeah, it's awesome.
I heard someone say
love it.
one time that you have to have more than one cat to truly appreciate cats.
I believe it. Yeah.
I see that, like, just the way they interact to
Yeah.
get the most out of a cat.
Well, I've got 3 of them, and
It's almost too much, probably, isn't it?
it's them and the 2 dogs. It's like
the mix.
Nice.
it's a lot. They're a lot, and they're cool. They're all cool in their own special way. They're a lot.
Man, I saw this dramatic parrots video. It was like this parrot like bit the other parrot and was like, oh, and like knocked another one off, and then the other one jumped and did not like.
A Rube Goldberg of parrots.
Parrots,
Yeah.
Parrots are like, those are insane creatures. My grandma had a parrot named Corey, and that parrot, I remember once it just scared the living shit out of me. I'm like, this dinosaur is coming at me, but parrots are epic as fuck.
I was seeing this thing about this parrot that helped solve a murder the other day. Like,
What?
This dude killed someone with a parrot, and it was repeating like the lines of "Don't kill me,
I'll kill you, bitch. I'll
Yeah.
kill you,
That's
bitch.
straight out of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
Don't
so cool.
kill me, Darren.
Yeah,
Is that how it was?
I
Got
don't
it
know
by
if
the
it was
name.
exactly names,
Yeah.
but
Oh no! Learn.
it stressed him
implicate.
out enough to remember that shit. It traumatized
Dude,
that parrot.
I definitely remember the first time I ever was around a talking parrot. I just couldn't believe it.
Killed
I
it
was a kid.
immediately.
They say words.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy creatures.
Yeah, no, I was pretty young, dude. I think I was like 7, 8.
And you were like, I didn't think this was real.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like thinking I can have a conversation with.
Oh
it.
yeah, no, it doesn't
you
understand.
can.
Yeah.
And crows too. I love crows are so fucking cool. Like
I love-
anytime I see crows, I'm always trying to like. You hear stories like if you're cool and nice to crows that they like, because their
Yes,
facial
they're
recognition
smart.
skills are like insane, and like they like remember people who are chill to them.
They'll
I
give
try
them
to,
gifts?
like. Yeah, especially gifts, or even if you just acknowledge them and like say yo, like
Here's
yo,
a shiny
what up, bro?
lipstick I found.
I see you there. Like, how you doing, bro?
Here's a marble.
And the crows, you'll be a friend of the crow. And
Yeah.
then when trouble comes, the
Crow's
got your
coming.
back.
Crow coming.
Oh yeah, it's like Rick and Morty.
Crow cup.
2 crows.
Yeah.
Those are like my life goals. I have like a cat minion and a crow minion.
Yeah, a
Familiars.
familiar.
Yeah, just be a
Harness.
fucking vampire, just like
Kind of, basically like a cool basically.
heady ass vampire.
It's like a heady vampire.
blood on the
Like
I'm
I
getting-
want to eat edibles.
Yeah.
I'm getting so deep into the Warhammer thing. There's
What's
vampires.
the Warhammer thing?
Just Warhammer 40K. There's so much like lore and mythos to it, and there's like a whole sect of the history and characters that are vampires. So you have
Houston
this-
is horny for mythology.
I love mythology too. I'm just
There's a new Warhammer thing. There's like Henry Cavill's like doing a series of Warhammer movies.
okay. I have to check this out.
Yeah, it's supposed to probably come out like in 2025, but like
sick.
the most expansive storytelling like that you can imagine, man.
To me, it just like falls in that kind of like probably like Warcraft almost
It is.
kind of.
It is. Yeah. I mean.
Okay.
But like so,
You're
the story,
like in the land of Pegio at that point. That's why I love like when Grateful Dead music taps into like those old like like folklore.
universe.
That's like the universal folklore shit. Like
Oh yeah, it's like
Terrapin Station. They're like like,
dude, we have some of those. One of our subscribers sent us some of those Grateful Dead comics.
oh yeah.
whoa!
And one of them.
I've never seen anything.
You've never seen any of those?
Well, are
they're-
you talking about the ones that are like back in the day, or like these? Are they
They're
new
old.
ones?
They're back in the day.
Yeah, like they're like
I've
music
seen
videos.
covers from back in the day, so I know what you're talking.
There's the Terrapin Station one though. Interprets it as a space
Yeah, they're-
station.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, blow your mind.
Yeah, they're like in the cockpit, and a lady comes out of like this triangle prism. Oh,
And
man.
dude. Okay, so that's
I love it.
Speaking on that, I really enjoy that, especially that kind of like it's almost like Canterbury Tales type shit. It's like,
Dude,
yes.
it's like
and yeah,
fucking minstrels wearing fucking fucking tunics and breeches, like
Yeah, no, that's really good. Yes, that's spot on.
like Direwolf fits in there, like Peggio fits in there.
I love getting into that world. It's also a very
China doll?
scary world.
China Doll, Jackaro.
Yeah.
I love Jack. I should have said Jackaro. I love playing Jackaro lately. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Jackaro is a great one. Yeah, those. Yeah, and it's like all those stories have been told like just in different forms throughout different. It's like just the common mythology of mankind. It's so cool.
Man, I was watching. This is loosely related, but I was watching The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary.
Okay.
And
I love that.
I got on Reddit and because it was about the flu game. Apparently, because like whenever they checked into hotels, they didn't use their actual names, so they had a roster of fake names. And one of the fake names that they used in 1997, one of the rooms they would book it under Staggerly, and just a bunch of names.
Phil Jackson was he still
a hippie.
is, but he's a head. He would
Yeah.
take. I think like there was one story, I can't remember the details, but he was hoping that like they would win a playoffs game so that he can make like a run that the Dead were playing somewhere nearby. And they did. Yeah, I was the Chicago Bulls, man. I growing up like in the burbs of Chicago. That was crazy back then when they were. Oh my god. And that's what like I feel like the Grateful Dead were like Spring '90. They're like on that level of the Bulls, like '97, just fucking killing it.
So you love 90?
I love the thing is, I love everything for different reasons. Like, you know, they're all my children. I love them, but I love like I've also heard Billy and Bob say that that's like, in their opinion, like the best. And I have to agree with them. Like that tour, I think like as far as everyone, the puzzle pieces fitting together and everyone playing with accuracy, like I think that's probably like one of the better tours.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't imagine though, like seeing the Bulls and like the Dead in like 91, 92. I think
I love 90. See the thing. I've been listening to a lot of Spring '91 lately. There's so much fucking sonically going on, like between Bruce and Vince, and it's really interesting.
Without
It's
a
almost
net,
too much.
yeah, I never was into the 90s till like Without a Net got me into 90s Dead.
Oh yeah. Without a net, that shit like forever lives in my car. That's pretty perfect stuff.
Yeah, I 90s Dead was the last iteration of the Dead I ever got into. I felt like I
Me
listened.
too. Yeah, it took a long time just for me to even get used to that 90, like that 93 direct Jerry tone. Took me a long time to
It's weird.
It just took my ear. Yeah, like now it's nothing. Like I think it's cool, but like, you know, back, yeah, it was really weird. And even MIDI, it took me a long time.
Why
to get
did you
used to.
do that? Why? Who told you that was cool? Who told you going
Yeah.
direct was the thing?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think, and that's like the point where Jerry kind of just stops, kind of like he's just kind of like whatever.
I'm on my way
let's-
out. We're just gonna.
We're gonna. We
Yeah.
gotta do these shows.
Yeah. I
Dude,
don't want to
yeah.
be here.
One of the weirdest Jerry interviews I ever saw was a 90s interview. Have you seen that one where he puts a towel on his head? It's not even an interview that he wants to be in. Like someone's just recording him. He's like, "Don't record me!" Like, and he
I've
puts
seen
this
that. That's
towel
like,
on his head.
Justin Kreutzmann like filming shit backstage. Yeah, that
It
shit
was
did.
it was the most messed up I've ever seen Jerry.
Well, yeah, dude.
I feel like he was smoking under that towel too.
Oh, smoking
like
just
under a blanket.
freebasing
Yeah,
crack.
I don't know what he was doing, but he was definitely smoking under it.
Put the camera away.
Are you serious? You have to do this right now. I have a blanket on.
That was a serious rule of like JGB was like you don't film or take pictures backstage. And I've heard actually that like they had a different drummer like towards the end. They man, why am I spacing his name? Because of the cookie. But what's the name of JGB's like drummer like the late 80s and 90s? I gotta look this up. He played with Bob Dylan also. I can't believe I'm forgetting this right now. Somebody in the chat room help me.
Yeah, someone.
Yeah,
But-
somebody.
Anyways, he was filming shit backstage.
And they cut his fucking hand off.
Parrish, the story I heard was Parrish smacked the camera out of his camera. Or smacked the camera out of his hands.
He
and
smacked the
fucking-
camera out of
he
the
smacked
camera.
He smacked the hands out of his camera.
Yeah.
And he fucking fired, Trump style. You're fired.
Oh no.
And,
Is it David?
Yeah.
Not cool.
David Kemper.
David Kemper. It wasn't John Mullo that replaced him, though. It was someone else in '94 that replaced him. But, yeah,
Damn.
he broke a rule. And no matter how good he was at drums, dude got fucking fired.
You're,
going
I know
hard
you're
in
just
the
trying to
back
film
room.
some titties, but you're done here.
This is before Snapchat.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It was
Jerry
just like
would've got in
a
trouble.
JGB golden rule, I guess. I don't know.
Oh man,
But,
him and John Conn.
Yeah, it was basically that was what was going on. Because Melvin, I would always ask Melvin, and Melvin like kept his distance from.
Oh yeah.
Besides musical stuff, but yeah, like he would not. He was straight like a straight laced like a church boy. You know,
Dude, exactly. One of the
he
first.
didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I saw an interview where he's talking about meeting John Conn.
He doesn't even butter his toast.
He was like, I
He
was
got
aware.
into like.
He's
What
like,
were you saying, dude?
I see, yeah, like Melvin was like, I saw all the skeletons in his house, and I go to church, and I think it's just a fun thing with the band. But he's like, yeah, John Conn literally had skeleton replicas in his house.
Well, he does kind of remind me of Frankenstein.
Yeah,
He's very tall and like Lurch. He reminds me of
Lurch.
Lurch. Let's go with Lurch.
Oh, yeah,
wow, I've
Happy
never put
Gilmore
that
too.
together.
Yeah.
Whoa. He totally is lurching out in the 90s also.
Oh, dude, he's just like so lanky. His bass is so low. Like
So low.
See,
The higher
him
on
and-
the hair on, the lower the bass.
Yeah, him and Jerry were bad for each other.
the higher the guitar, though, the more
They
coke
were
you're
like
getting.
amazing and they were like toxic, the best. Like I don't know. Everyone's got that.
Frankenstein
best
is a
friend.
perfect thing for him and his like appearance.
Yeah,
Ooh,
he's,
yeah,
He
Frankenstein.
he liked some heroin.
Yeah,
it was
that's the
pretty
problem
well
with
known.
Improvising. It's definitely the kryptonite of improvising musician. I can't talk anymore. This cookie.
Yeah.
It's the kryptonite for sure.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
stay away from all that shit. I mean, there's a reason why all the jazz guys got so into it.
Yeah.
Sad.
It does like it just
Yeah.
does stuff that like it
Yeah.
yeah.
They get to that
I mean-
state, that reliance state. Like
Well, to like not give a fuck while you're playing and just let
Mhm.
it flow, and that's like the goal that we're all trying to get without the drugs.
Yeah.
Just not be so let go of the self-conscious. For me, it's just mostly like not thinking about how I sound and just letting it go. Because if I think about anything, shit's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. Get in your head.
Or it'll just not sound like it'll be proficient enough, but it won't be like coming from the heart.
Inconsistent and artificial.
It'll be there's levels of like I've like found a way to like definitely like have like consistent proficient like, but it's like you could tell it's just like like when it's just not coming from the deep place and it's just kind of playing through the motions. So
There's a lot of 90s shows like that too. Like that was like what I noticed was I felt like you could kind of see Jerry's like arc dealing with substance like in the 90s for real. Like you could tell when he was just like
he
trying
definitely went through some physical changes for sure.
to get, yeah.
Ended up
Yeah.
looking like a whimsical, like the way he ended was,
Santa.
was looking, well, kind of more
Retired
like
Santa.
Retired Santa. Yeah, well, I mean, like he also had this kind of like weird kind of troll thing going on too, like right at the end.
Shit got really like weird. His playing really like I don't know what happened in between.
Yeah, I mean, he bounced back
like-
from that coma real well.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan of like 93, 94, even some spring 95, but like there's something that happened before that summer tour that really like fucked with his circulation or something. Like even like maybe like a stroke that nobody like that went not public. Like something happened to his playing like summer 95 was like he like can't hold it.
I have heard of overdoses having a stroke-like effect and like numbness in people's hands. I've heard.
I don't know if it was really from the drugs more so that it was like his heart was getting enlarged from like
being diabetic.
the diabetes and like he was just like as unhealthy as it. I mean the coke. I think the coke is really what like did his heart in, like because I don't know he was
A
fucking with
vast
that
amount
shit, but-
smoking it, and then eating
Yeah.
every 3 days.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, but his playing for me really like by that summer, it's like you could really it's like something's going on with his circulation or something.
Damn, that is a nuance that you're picking up on. That's you're clocking that.
Yeah, but I was listening. I love like some 94, like fall 90. Like there's some really bad 94. But like if you listen to like some fall 94, like the Boston Garden Run or some of that fall stuff is just super on fire and super bouncy. And I feel like it's the drummers that were kind of fucking up a lot more consistently fucking up than Jerry was. Like they needed like a click track in their ear eventually. Like Billy was just like I've heard Billy was just all fucked up on pills and kind of the drum. It's easy to blame drummers though.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't heard too much about Bill and stuff. I've
But I
heard
know
some
they had to
stuff.
do the click track, which is like
That's sacrilege.
It's pretty
It's
rough.
what it is. Yeah, the downcline of Billy is interesting as like his chop wise. Like Billy, like when he's like 72, his chops are like he's like busting out Elvin Jones type shit. Like he's like insane drummer. Like those few years when it's just him, And then I guess like basically alcohol and drugs kind of. I don't know.
Well, that
He
you
changes
got
his
to
style,
chill a
too.
little bit when there's another guy there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he changes his style, but even like in like this like late 60s like their style it's very like their chop like Mickey's chops is crazy like 69.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. Drummers, I love them, but they're fun to blame.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
Yeah. One comes to mind instantly. I was we were playing, where was this? In the UP, Upper Peninsula, Michigan. We were in this town called, oh man, I wish I had like producer Jamie with me to pull
Jamie,
up like
pull
all the
that up.
wikis. But like this town was like a mining town, and they had some serious history where like a bunch of people died at some event. Where was this? So there's like a lot of like haunting there, and it's by Marquette. I don't know where the fuck it is, but either way, we know there's like a lot of ghost stories around this place, and like we're at this Airbnb, and there's an old TV, and I'm sitting alone in the den, and like out of nowhere the TV just like no one's around, and like this is an old TV, and it just like turns on the static out of nowhere.
Oh, an old fatback?
Yeah, an old fatback to turn like it was like a poltergeist type moment.
Oh, shit.
Where like just like, but the thing was I sensed something right before it happened, and I was alone in that room, and I was like, Doug, this is like something weird's like this. I get weird vibes here.
Yeah.
Like I said that to him, and then the TV turned on
Oh,
with the
no.
static,
And it was
the
like, I'll
remote
give you
was
weird vibes.
Dude,
The remote was on top of the TV. So That was like that was like the only time like not on like not spun.
Psychedelics, yeah.
Yeah.
I love those
Like
stories.
not smoking DMT that I've had a paranormal experience with.
Yeah, do those count? I don't know.
Yeah,
Everyone's had the DMT type experiences too, but those are like chemically induced.
Maybe.
At first, I thought you were gonna like this was gonna be a music related paranormal story. I've got a couple of those, and like
Oh, I want to hear music related.
so like okay, so one time specifically, we were at All Good, and I had like probably like a group. I mean, you know, drugs were involved, but we were tripping and watching a concert. I think it was Further playing, and like someone pointed out. Like I was with a group of people and someone pointed out all these lights in the treetops bouncing around. They're like, "Do you see that?" And I was like, "I do." And I could see them just bouncing around in the treetops. And he's like, "Those are people traveling to be here." I was just like, "Okay."
Don't say
just
some shit like that
I know.
to me.
I was just like, "What the fuck?"
Don't act like
What?
you know what the
Yeah.
fuck that is.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
So
enjoyable.
that was one time. Another time, Davey was present for this. This was actually
Oh, when my dad died?
yes. If you want to tell it, that's music related.
Yeah, it is. So we were at rehearsal at our friend's house. So I lived with our bassist at the time, and my dad was dying, and so we were at rehearsal. We were in the middle of a jam, and then as we were coming to a close, a beer can that was just sitting on like a
It looked
table just like flew
like
across
someone
the room.
slapped it.
Yeah, like someone just like knocked that shit across the room. And Houston and I looked at each other and were like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then we stopped and we're talking about it for a second. And as soon as we stopped and we're like, "What the fuck was that?" I get a phone call from my brother telling me that my dad had just died.
Whoa, dude, that's fucking crazy.
So like knowing my dad, that would have just him being like, "Peace, bitch."
Yeah, hey,
like,
trying to get our attention.
Yeah. Like I'm out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I'm open to the idea that like,
we even
all that-
recorded a
all that
lot of our
stuff is-
rehearsals then.
So yeah,
Yeah.
paranormal. Yeah,
I
that
wish
stuff
we had banked
is
all
crazy.
the recordings. I wish we had an archive of the rehearsals. We basically just kind of kept them 3 days at a time or a week at a time.
Yeah.
That's how you get better, though.
we used to review them.
Yeah.
Reviewing tapes is that's hard thing for me to do. It's like getting past that self-loathing of actually having like constructive criticism. Like I need to like be alone. I'm such a little bitch about it. Like if there's a soundboard on tour and they put it on the next day, I'm like bro, like no, not right now.
Don't turn that off. Turn that off.
But it's so good to review the tape. Yeah, it's good. It's good to review the tapes.
So do you also feel like everything you do is terrible? Because that's how I feel most of the time.
Yeah, usually. Well, that's something I struggle with. Something I really like. Yeah. I'm always definitely because it's not terrible. It's awesome,
I hear that.
baby. You're doing awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hell
no,
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
looking for
nice,
that.
yeah.
Wasn't fishing, but thank you.
Yeah, man, I saw.
Bad.
That's what I remind myself too, though. It's like you gotta be kind to be kind.
Well, if we didn't think you were good, or if you weren't actually good, we wouldn't have asked you to be here.
Oh, I appreciate it, but no, I totally know what you mean. Like it's definitely like, and it gets in the way with improvising. If sometimes with me too, if I get it too in my own head, and that's why I love just like getting totally dabbed out before a show, so I could just get in that like Zen place or whatever that. But yeah.
Do you sing much though?
Yeah, recently that was like a thing. So for a long time in the band, I would get away with like just like I was playing dumb with driving, I would play dumb with singing. And there was a female singer in the band, so they had all the vocals covered between everybody, and it wasn't really a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
So I got away with not doing that for years, and then the singer moved away, and then it became a necessity. And I had always sang in school choir activity type shit. theater kid. Not quite a theater kid, but I always like doing choir and like madrigals, singing, like the a cappella group.
Yeah.
I always love doing that stuff. So yeah, getting to like singing this music was just a learning curve. I feel like I'm finally getting the hang of it.
It's a little
clocked in
hard to
enough
do all that
hours on
shit when you
stage.
got to also remember all those fucking words.
Yeah, it's a lot,
Totally.
isn't
That's
it?
the hardest. That's always been my biggest. Like, I used to, as a little kid, just make up my own words because I couldn't remember. like I was like the "Don't Go Jason Waterfalls" kid.
Yeah.
You know, like, lyrics are hard. That's the one thing I can remember chord changes, but lyrics, I still need the iPad for a lot of tunes for sure. Singing harmonies. It's just like clocking in the hours on stage. Like, you just got to do it and put in the sucky hours to get to the nice hours.
Give them the suck.
Yeah, I finally feel like I've like got a grip on it, and it's fun because me and Doug switch off from singing Bobby and Jerry, so singing like, just totally different approaches, and then I've gotten to do these like weekly gigs at this brewery called On Tour Brewery in Chicago, and that's been like just the best for practicing and singing the songs and getting used to that. That's been just like helping a lot. So yeah, I love singing now. It used to terrify me. Like, I used to get the worst anxiety about singing, and now it's just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Do some vocal
fuck yeah,
jams
man.
on Shakedown.
Yeah, you do those? Y'all getting weird on the vocal jams?
Oh yeah, I like to. Yeah, and it's fun. I usually like get assigned with harmony. If I'm not singing lead with harmonies, I'm always getting assigned the top parts, which is fun. But it's also like I can't sound like Brent, so I always just end up like sounded like Vince. It's hard. Man, Brent is it's insane, and he would just like have that tray of cough drops.
Yeah.
If you look, that tray of just cough drops all over that piano tray. He was really fucking his shit up every night.
But
And Bobby too. Bobby was
Yeah.
really like putting his voice through the ringer.
Well, that's why he talks now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I love when he does like the William Shatner Bobby phrasing.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't do it much anymore, but like for years he would like everything he's saying would be like totally Shatnerized.
Nice. You gotta get through it somehow.
Totally. I'm gonna take a bong rip.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right.
And then I probably gotta take a leak too. I'm about at that point.
Yeah.
No, I feel you can go, Brave.
So do you guys, any of you guys like David Lynch stuff at all?
Oh yeah, yeah. We were talking about Mulholland Drive the other day.
Oh, I love Mulholland so
Yeah,
much.
Mulholland Drive is really good. I when I was younger, I felt like someone kind of forced me to watch Eraserhead. That's David Lynch, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. They were like, "You've got to watch this," and I was just like, at a loss because I'd never seen anything like that.
Yeah, Eraserhead is crazy.
I like Twin Peaks. You mentioned Twin Peaks, but yeah, we mentioned even Blue Velvet earlier when talking about the nitrous.
Yeah, there's an interesting story. So like, it's intended, popper, like the drug poppers or whatever it is, like forget
Amyl
the
nitrates.
scientific name. Amyl nitrate. Yeah, so that's the substance he's actually using. But in the original script, David Lynch wanted it to be helium, and like Dennis Hopper was like, that's so fucked up and like sadistic and twisted, like the helium shit. He's like, no, like it's not gonna be helium, it's gonna be poppers. But yeah, shit's crazy. I love David Lynch. That's like a big source of inspiration for sure.
Love him. He's a psycho.
Yeah.
Mulholland Drive, though, seeing that in theaters, if you haven't, you got it.
Man,
Yeah, dude. No.
it fucked me
It
up
got
the
me.
first time I saw it.
Yeah.
man.
That's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
That and The Shining did it to me too.
Oh yeah, there's actually they're screening The Shining tonight at midnight at this theater I love to go to in Chicago called the Music Box Theater. I'm like, yeah, and then like my girlfriend reminded me how long the runtime is, and I like did not realize it's like
It's
2
like
hours
two-
and
yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's such like a fucking just a time warp.
My nerves
So
were
into-
shot when I first saw that. I mean, I think I was like way too young. I think I was like 12 or 13 when I saw it.
What? That's not way too young.
Dude, it fucked with me, dude. I watched that and like AI,
Oh.
and it messed with me. Back to back.
Okay.
AI. That was intended to be a Kubrick film, right?
Yep. Yeah, it was
That's,
his up until he died.
Yeah, he's working on that for a long time or something. The Shining, yeah, that's a really, really dark one. Like, deals with some really fucked up shit. I mean, it's basically about the kid being molested, I think.
There are so many overtones
Yeah.
of like, you're like, no, don't
Yeah,
do this right
it's really
now.
fucked up.
I
AI,
picked up on that one.
I saw recently for the first time. That's a really cool movie. I wish I saw it back in the day, but I think it was too ahead of its time when it came out. to
For
really-
sure.
For me, at least, like
Yeah.
to comprehend. Like now, it like has so much gravity.
Jude Law.
Spielberg, right? Is it
Yeah,
a Spielberg film?
it is.
I'm a sucker for anything he does. So.
Yeah, like the end of the world where everything's frozen and they like
Oh my God! It's
cut him
it's
out
like
of the
base-
ice.
He really taps into Kubrick on that stuff.
I mean, that
And
messes
that's
with me.
the thing too with also with music. I find if I immerse my to keep like because I'm playing like I'm not playing songs I write, so to keep it inspiring and fresh and like approach the music pure, like to grab watch like different art forms, like get into cinema and stuff like that, and then like or whatever. But I find cinema really helps.
Yeah,
with
cinema.
music.
That is a true great art form. Man, we saw a crazy Scorsese movie. I feel like we've mentioned it every week since we've seen it.
Oh yeah. Have you ever seen Cape Fear?
No,
The movie's
not.
fucked up.
It's
dude.
messed with me.
It's
Like
so fucked up.
it's a form of cinema though. Like you would say that's artistic, but I mean it is so questionable. Like that some of the scenes.
Yeah, there's a particular scene that's very famous, and I guess we're still going to keep talking about.
Yeah,
where-
we're talking about cinema. That's some fucked up cinema.
It sticks with you though. It's not your fault.
Do you want to tell them the scene?
Well, no, it's
Yeah, it was it. Yeah, I mean,
It's
no,
just
if a
Robert De
spoiler-
Niro,
yeah. Off script, he just kind of puts his thumb
Juliette Lewis.
in her mouth. She was a little bit underage at the time, and it wasn't. There was
Yeah.
no kind of consensus on
It was
set to stop him.
improvised. It was
Yeah.
improvised. One take.
Stuck his thumb in her mouth twice and then tongue kissed her.
Yeah, so
All of it improvised. I think it just says put your arm around.
Is it within context of the story or something?
Sure.
Like, I don't know.
I
mean,
suppose so. Yes.
The guy's a child
Is he
rapist.
like a
Yeah.
he's a predator.
Yeah.
of some sort. Yeah.
So let's film
he's
it.
Definitely
It-
tapping into De Niro is like
He's a method actor.
definitely. Yeah, so I
he
would
fucks
not
some
want to
kids
be
He's
around him
for this role.
If he's
Yeah.
playing a predator,
Definitely.
I'm gonna stay away from that dude.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
But if he's playing like a Meet the Fockers type or the Meet the Parents
Yeah.
type guy, then
Yeah, it's like
you
Snoop
know.
Dogg now. It's like you've just forgotten where he came from.
Yeah.
and he's just a household
Yeah.
like brand now.
Snoop beat charges for murdering a guy.
You know-
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
man, yeah. There's so many crazy stories.
He's a granddad.
I mean,
He's a
him-
granddaddy. Look at him with Martha Stewart.
yeah.
Haha, he smokes
He,
weed.
he has a cookbook.
He does.
He's a consummate professional though. He evolved. I would say that.
I gotta take a leak.
Yeah,
I'll be
bro.
right back.
I'm gonna die on the Snoop Dogg hill.
Okay. I thought you said you were going to join him. I thought you
No.
had to be like, I'll join you.
No.
I'm gonna come to your house.
Yeah, don't mind if I do as well. Oh, yeah, I feel
were you
like
saying?
there's this like I don't know what you would call it, like a group personality in jam culture. It's just like everybody's the same, and you just know everybody. I feel like sometimes.
No, he did when we. I should have just told him this, but he's gone right now.
Yeah.
Happenstance.
But yeah, fuck it.
But no, when he pulled up first, Houston goes, I feel like I know this guy. He didn't know he
Yeah.
was listening. I don't think he knew he was looking here. You're like, I just feel like I know you already. I hadn't said a word.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
I
you,
mean, this
Sam.
podcast
It's-
is really for you guys, really, because we would just be hanging out with him anyways.
Oh, well, just in
All right, I
time.
heard that. Yeah, I got my Bluetooth headphones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's funny you say that because a lot of people will be like you look like my best like my homie. I'm like, is he like your Jewish hippie homie? Like yeah.
You look like I could fuck up around you and you forgive me.
Yeah.
That's like, that's fam shit. You just see someone, you're like, I'll let you slide.
I can't believe that. Yeah, that's the first place your mind goes.
Yeah.
Like, you let me get away with some shit.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Hell yeah.
So how are you feeling? How are you feeling on your edible?
How do you like us?
Oh, great.
Yeah, how do you like
It
it?
it was made with like RSO butter, so it was pretty strong. Or like I guess
looked
not
green as
technically
fuck.
RSO.
It looked no, it looked
It was
like an
strong.
advertisement.
It was homemade, so I don't know how many milligrams is, but
It was
we
like-
make them strong.
I'm surprised you're awake, my dude.
It was like this green
Oh,
cookie
yeah,
that
yeah.
you took a perfect huge bite out of.
Yeah.
And you were like
Yeah,
thoughtfully listening, it looked like. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a green cookie.
Yeah, it's definitely well versed in the cannabis. Not really a drinker so much anymore, but just love cannabis.
Edibles are nice. They will get me in some predicaments. In the past, see, like I have been in a lot of situations where I was working in around dispensaries and shit, and you can get regulated stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the majority of stuff I've taken is from some sketch ass.
So some wild homemade.
Someone handed it to you in a fucking plastic
and
baggie.
did not
I
tell
love
me
that.
I was gonna have a spiritual experience.
Yeah.
Today.
I love that. That's like that Joe Rogan joke. It's like, how much of the gummy beer do I eat? Just the arm.
ear. Just
Yeah.
ear.
Don't eat more
Stars
than
of
that.
death.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I love seeing God on an edible.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's like not the most fun way to get there for me. Is what I'm saying. It feels
Yeah.
like a more
No, I feel that.
almost more stressful way than like a psychedelic.
Yeah.
Like,
It can no, totally. That's been the only time actually that on tour that I've actually had like legit panic attack. Was
Yeah.
like I was so edibled out, and I started like your mind goes racing down whatever, and you like start having a panic attack, and it's like this is like from a fucking edible. So yeah,
I feel like on
Shit'll rock.
acid, like you have a panic attack maybe on the way up, but once you're there, you're good.
Yeah, because you realize
yeah.
that you're above that. You're
Yeah,
above
I'm past that now.
stress. Yeah.
Yeah, the struggle, and that getting past the struggle is a feeling of accomplishment for sure. Then you can enjoy it.
Oh yeah. Well, dude,
on
I can't
acid,
wait
at
to
least.
smoke DMT with you. I think
Yeah.
that's a goal we have.
I think
now.
that's what we're
Oh
going to do.
yeah.
We love that shit.
We should
It's
vape
in
it.
our
Yeah,
blood.
occasionally. I haven't. Yeah,
We should get an
definitely
apartment
on the
together.
occasion.
dude, yeah.
Now
like,
people like dab that stuff. It's
that's the
I
that's the
haven't
way.
tried the vape shit.
I
yet.
haven't tried the vape shit either.
Pens
It
are
seems
alright.
weird. It seems strange.
No, it's probably
It's
clean.
great.
I
think
know,
it's great.
but
It
I'm
depends on the quality of. The,
Like, are you talking about off of a rig? Because I've never done
well,
that.
yeah, I've never done that, but I'm talking about the pen.
The pen is nice.
cartridges.
It's hit or miss.
I've only came across like one that was able to like really get me like to that level where I could see ancient aliens.
It almost seems irresponsible to an extent. Like
Okay,
you can
so
make
it
too
seems
strong.
really diluted. Some of them.
Most
Or
of the
you can
time,
hit it too
you're
hard.
Not, no,
One
most of the
was
time.
diluted with fucking like a menthol flavoring, and I was like,
Ugh.
"What the fuck is
Menthol
this?" It was so
Dean's Trip,
disgusting.
though?
And the guy
No.
said, the guy was like, "The purpose of this is so when you blow it out, it doesn't."
Get
Well,
it smell like mothballs.
I'm like, "Get the fuck out!"
fucked.
Like, I
Yeah.
want mothballs in my teeth.
It's always-
I'm gonna say like the feeling of menthol. You feel like
No.
like
If you're
crisp and
holding
clean
it,
while
yeah,
you-
No,
you're like,
I don't
I
know
want
if
to
it would
smoke a
go that
Newport
way.
if I want a menthol. Yeah, Jesus.
I am
I-
mentholated.
So most of the time, if you're making it yourself and you're putting in propylene glycol, like the first couple tries are going to be a little bit weak. So it's like
I'm
you
sure.
would have to smoke it a bunch.
Yeah,
I've had a few
to
weak
test
vapes.
it.
Yeah, like and then
Good
like,
job, man. It's a good job to have.
dude,
Someone's got to do it. It's God's work. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
one of the first few times I broke through on it though, I was in like the alien washing machine like
Yeah.
Matrix
Okay,
thing.
well.
It was just like a bunch of TVs, but it was a bunch of like washing machine like with
Okay.
human parts in it, and they were like, "This is good.
Yeah.
This is a good way to
That's
do that.
crazy.
Take that with you."
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
this is a good
fun.
way to wash organs. This is how we wash organs.
Yeah,
That's
welcome
where
to the
Phil,
place.
Phil Esch gets his organs from those washing machines.
Yeah.
The
ancient
Once I
machine.
smoked
Liver.
DMT and saw an alien, it was cool. It was like a
He was cool.
It was a stereotypical kind of experience.
head.
It was like
I
it was
know that,
like
dude.
it was like one of those a gray
Yeah.
alien, and I eventually like shot into its eyeball, and the walls were revolving, and it had like that like some ancient text, like some like alien looking.
Did you
type
write it
text.
down?
No
I
way,
did,
there's-
and I didn't make it anywhere because that was as far as I made it. But just
Yeah, you
like,
can't write when you can see it though. That's the problem. It's like right.
Well, I was
after-
always yeah, but that was like the only alien experience.
You ever try to come back with secrets from a trip
You
by writing
try-
it down?
It's hard. It's hard to retain that.
No, I really
You don't fuck
should.
with
I've
that?
been trying to do that with dreams, like
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah.
But no.
But
What I really try and do.
I've tried that for years, and it's just hard. In the moments where you really know what you're talking about, you're gonna write it down so simply because it makes sense. You're
Yeah.
like, it all clicks, and that's what you write down. And
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
you're like, but it
Yeah.
one click. Like,
Yeah.
but it's so layered.
I wrote it all
I'll
down.
remember this.
It's
I'll
all
remember
down.
what this means, and then you look at it later.
See what I
It
got.
doesn't all click.
It
man.
all clicks. A bunch of
It's
S's.
like a dream.
Yeah. Oh man.
And a lot of dream, yeah. It's like It's just like leaks into your subconscious or something.
I just want to get better about taking the lessons I learned from it
Yeah.
and having them more long lasting. So I don't have, like
Yeah, it helps me just like be like, oh wait, I gotta stop being such a dick.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big one. I get
Especially
from
to my
DMT.
band members. My band members get like the worst version because they get the most like honest version of, like I guess my girlfriend too. They get the most honest version of me, and so.
And
Kinda
you're just
heal.
a bad guy.
Just heal. Just heal. from it
sometimes
some.
I go full heel, man. Yeah, like so. Yeah,
One of the
someone's
last-
got to
you gotta break that kayfabe, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's
got
got
to
to like whip it in this shape, but.
No,
Definitely
I
one
just go hard on everyone.
of my last
But
big
I feel
DMT
like
trips
I feel like
were-
there's no point anymore. Yeah.
one of my last big DMT trips, I literally came back with something as simple as like, "Don't be mean anymore." I felt like I was being
That's a
mean,
good one.
and like I felt like it was like deeply affecting other parts of my life, and I was like seeing how it connected.
This is gonna fix
I
it.
was like, just don't actively try to not be like mean on
Don't
purpose.
enjoy mean stuff.
Yeah, don't be mean on purpose anymore.
Mean stuff is fun.
No, that's important.
And when you say
it's
it
hard
like
for
that-
a lot of people to realize. People don't want to self-reflect at all, especially men. They're like want to avoid any kind of
pussies.
therapeutic thing at all cost. So we'll eat psychedelics instead.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what? Hey, you
take
know
a
what?
cheat code, but-
Who? You think someone outside of me has the answers for me?
Yeah, they're somewhere in your fucking head.
Yeah, I just
some
gotta-
doctors
know.
couldn't get
Maybe.
it.
Just gotta
Maybe,
get in
maybe.
there.
Yeah.
If I
Man.
could just,
I just found in my journal, speaking of like writing stuff down, when I have dreams, it's always like interior, like I always like remember, like it's always like places I have lived but haven't lived, and like these different like rooms and interiors. So I like was like totally tripping out on him, and I would like write down, like make like little blueprint.
Oh,
Like
Oh,
try
wow.
to make a map of it, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, like try and map them out and get like
Wait,
Lynchian
wait,
with it, because that's
what?
basically what David Lynch like kind of.
You map out trip rooms
My
like that?
my whole life, I have always had these reoccurring dreams where I'm walking around like this. It's never the same house, but it's always the same house.
Different
Okay.
part of the
If
house.
that makes
maybe.
sense.
Yeah.
And
Right,
like,
right.
The rooms are always kind of changing, but I know it. Like I know the
that's
house, and
interesting.
there's usually always like a party going on. There's other people there.
Yeah.
But like
Right, there's always other people there.
I'm always either trying to find someone
I have that one a lot. Yeah.
or I'm trying to get out.
run away from something.
Right. Yeah, it's really just remembering them is hard. Especially if you smoke a lot of pot, I feel like.
I thought we were about to bro down about like hanging out in the same house, the dream house, because I don't
Well,
like.
What
don't
does your
even
house
know,
look
because
like?
I'm not even sure if these houses for me are consistent. I was only able to get like one dream printout, but I can never really like my dreams dissipate so
Yeah.
fast from my memory. But yeah, it's
I go to this underwater. It's got an aquatic basement kind of thing. Do y'all go to that place?
I've never been to an aquatic basement.
I
No,
go
there's
there
a-
all the time. Like I have to
Wait,
go
what
like
do you-
downstairs, and it's like usually like sometimes like a pyramid style side, but it's like tile.
Okay.
There's a place I've visited a couple times. When you said that, it reminded me of it. It feels like it's at the bottom of a like floating city or a huge cruise ship.
Yeah.
And it's like where other little boats come in.
Mine had like
but
sea
it's
creatures
a whole
in
little
it.
city down there.
Oh.
It's like it's kind of a bottom dweller.
I like that.
Water world situation.
we're getting into like liminal spaces type shit. I feel like you're talking like about a back, like you hear about those back rooms and all that kind
Dude,
of.
we
Yeah.
love the back rooms.
So I feel like what you were talking about like a certain kind of back room, basically.
Well, there's so
Back
many
rooms are
levels.
cool.
Have you
Yeah.
ever dove into it and looked at all like the
Like
sub
at a
levels
very
and shit?
very amateur level. Like watched some
It's a
YouTube
whole
videos.
Dungeons and Dragons type.
It's fucking insane.
lore.
There's
What is
like
this?
only certain backrooms
Backrooms.
levels you can access if you glitch through another certain level at a certain point.
There's different
and
like physics rules on different levels.
One of them
and-
is like one of the backrooms is just like it's a perfect beach. It's a perfect beach, but then over time things start to turn. And it's
you
just
can
like
stay there forever is what they tell you when you
Yeah.
get there. But
What is this?
it's the backrooms, man. It's like you
that's-
no clip or glitch into
No
this
clue. That's it.
you into this different it's basically a pocket dimension. And it's
Man, but
just
it's
and
what
it
I'm-
looks like a yellow office building.
So like we visit a lot of these places in our minds, but aren't we putting the back rooms in our subconscious now? And aren't we gonna
Yeah.
visit
We're
these
Freddy
terrifying
Kruegering it.
fucking
Yeah.
rooms?
They're
now
manifesting
eventually?
these weird things.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna go to the
subconscious.
I'm gonna make my own level, and it's the beach, but it never goes bad.
Okay.
So if I ever end up in the back rooms, I got to go to my create your own level
Okay.
space because I don't trust that shit. No, but
That's like why I love Twin Peaks and the whole Black Lodge shit, and like that's basically what that is. I feel like.
Yeah, man, David Lynch's stuff was always very like I love avant-garde shit. Like do you
Yeah.
like the people that have kind of like taken from him? Do you like Ari Aster? Like have you ever seen any of his stuff? He did Midsummer and he did Hereditary.
oh yeah,
I have seen those films. Yeah, those are good.
They're-
Those kind of fucked. I think Midsummer fucked me up even.
that was
more.
hard.
That movie's fucked
hard
up,
to go
dude.
through.
I was like, and that shit was like,
It hit
damn,
home, man.
these people are crazy. This is just like, I felt like I was like, damn, these white people crazy. That's how it was good times.
No, it felt way too similar to being like spun out at a young age and just like
Yeah.
falling into a life.
That is the potential to happen at every single music festival.
yeah.
The aspect
He's
of how
different
it was
now.
all like daytime too really
Mm-hmm.
fucked me up. You never see anything like that shot daytime. It was way creepier seeing that shit like
That's nice. That's a good point.
So that
the
dude's
sun
dope.
out. That was so unsettling for me. It was just like had that just weird
Nothing's hidden in the dark.
And it had a great representation of what psychedelics like feels like and looks like when they were high, and you could just kind of see like the
I forgot
grass
about
and shit
flowers
morphing,
growing.
and so it just
That was a good one.
because like they sometimes they overdo it, like in shows. They'll like shows and movies, they'll way overdo it. They'll make you act like
Cartoon.
a fucking
You go to a cartoon land.
yeah.
or
Even
some
if you
shit.
smoke weed, you're like the most fucked up anyone has ever been on anything.
Right.
I don't appreciate the
totally.
jump to cartoon land when people dose. Like I feel like that's cheap.
Jump to cartoon. Yeah, I've
You
only
know?
jumped to Cartoon Land once in my life. That was
Was it a 5-MeO DMT trip?
Yes.
No.
And it was after like a fish show at the hotel. We were listening to like I had Steely Dan, the Asia album on, and it was basically like a close-eyed visual of like the intro of the Grateful Dead movie animation type.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Type
Yeah,
visuals.
that's fine.
That was the only time in my life I've ever had like a cartoon type.
I
Like,
thought you were gonna say like
straight.
your friends, because I was gonna ask if it was a Scanner Darkly type drawing over it, or if they're remade
Oh no, it
into
was
a cartoon.
all
like-
close-eyed. Yeah.
Okay, so do you like
yeah.
those? Do you want to ask him about those movies?
The Scanner Darkly and Waking Life, yeah,
Oh, Richard
are great
Linklater.
ones.
I haven't seen those in like what has it been out like 20 years. I feel like it's been well over 15 years.
Dip a toe
yeah.
back.
Yeah, I forgot what Scanner Darkly was about.
I mean, well,
That one's more suspense, right?
It's more of it's
more of a
almost kind of like a
storyline.
psychological
Yeah,
thriller,
it's a dark
kinda.
thriller kind of.
Yeah.
Especially
yeah.
with,
Waking
like-
Life is cool. Like
That's great.
That was more
a
just
helpful
like
thing.
was that one like more like a compilation of short stories?
It
Yeah.
kind of was. It was like 200 or
It's
Coffee
vignettes.
Cigarettes. Yeah,
and
exactly.
different
Yeah.
artists work on different parts, and
You like Coffee and Cigarettes?
I haven't seen that one.
What? It's so good. You like Tom Waits?
There's a lot I haven't seen. I do like his music. Yeah,
So
I've
there's,
always,
there's
have
a vignette with Tom Waits and Iggy Pop.
That one's good.
And I've seen like little clips of it, but I've never actually. I don't
Wasn't there
recall
like Bill
ever
Murray
seeing-
and the
Maybe
RZA
I-
Jizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah.
fucking.
Maybe like there's a good chance that I have seen it. It's buried somewhere, but I'm gonna say I haven't seen it.
I never heard of that backroom stuff.
Oh, really?
That sounds
Backroom
crazy.
shit's weird, man. Yeah, it's
Now, see, get into
It's
that
like-
lore and bring that.
That's
bring
it.
that
like-
lore into the
I was
podcast.
curious.
It could
like,
be a psyop of some sort.
No, it's actually so the guy who made all of he's like a kid. He's like a 19-year-old who made all of, like the actual backrooms like videos on YouTube.
Was it for film school or some shit?
Yeah.
I felt like
Basically, it was like his film school thing, and then it blew the fuck up, and people have just gone wild with it, and it's awesome.
yeah, because it's an open lore, so you can add to it.
Well, that and it's
basically,
new
like-
IP,
that's
bro.
cool.
It's new, so it's really cool to have this. I mean, like Pocket Dimension stuff isn't new, but like that never-ending, like, and there's also creatures that inhabit it, like
Okay.
type thing that will hunt you down.
There's some
But
good
like,
videos that,
there's
like-
no way out,
Okay.
and like, you don't need to eat or drink or sleep when you're there.
That's why I just like the nihilistic like aspect of it. Kind of freaks me out, but I'm like it's trippy as fuck.
Dude, but that's like, but you
We are
have
nihilists.
we are nihilists.
No,
I
I
think
think
that's
it's just a
love
place
that.
you could get stuck in. That's
Yeah,
what's
I've just
scary.
never heard of it. It
Yeah, I like
sounds.
that.
It's like a loop and a DMT trip. Have you ever gotten caught in a loop?
Yeah. Salvia.
You ever done too much ketamine?
Yeah, but I don't know if I've really like. I mean, I've never been like. Imagine being perma stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
That's
Dude,
That'd be fucked up.
fucking psychotic.
ketamine is one of the weirdest.
Psychosis. Just temporary psychosis.
yeah.
It comes under such a face of like a friendly, like sociable thing.
No, it does
It's
not.
terrible.
It just shows
Ketamine?
up like people would be like, "Hey, do you want to do a little bit of this?" And then bam, it's like one of the most psychedelic experiences. that you do.
Oh, that's a cool one. That and cinema, actually. Yeah, that go hand in hand with me with watching trippy movies for sure.
Man, you said perma trip that brought back. So we had a friend that he's gone now, but he had like one of the longest perma trips, probably until he went.
Yeah.
Which he like.
He never really came
were-
back down.
We were on the road. We would go to like fucking family gatherings, rainbow family.
Are you about to
shit.
tell the story?
No, no. It's just like I was talking about his like perma trip that he was
Yeah.
on, because he went on one that he went home to his family, and like he thought he was on a god trip, man. That's what he was on. He was on that fucking, like, he made a shrine to himself in his parents' home and denounced them, tried to get them to move out of their house for him.
What?
And he spray painted down the road. He like went on the road and spray painted arrows with like symbols and stuff pointing towards his house.
Was he?
Because he thought he was like chosen.
And he was like, "Come here. This is where I am."
And he was collecting people. He was trying to collect people. But again, going to so much rainbow shit, I will say like there's like shit on, back in the day you would like hear from someone or go online and like figure out where the rainbow gatherings were, and like the houses around there too had signs out front. They put the flags, the Tibetan flags out front, different shit like that to like purposely show you that it's okay to like come up in their house.
Yeah.
And so he was in the mindset, I think, of like, oh, I found the answer within this trip. So he was trying to collect people like he was collected towards his house, and that was his way of doing it, was by spray painting the road.
Didn't he run into a church naked?
He did a lot of wild shit during that period. He was on a god had,
dude. But yeah, and he never really came back from it. He was never like he never was quite back on Earth.
It's fucking sad to say, but like I knew him before that, and he had done a lot of psychedelics, but never been fucking thumbprinted like that.
Nah, he was a lot
like,
more with it before then.
I don't know what happened, but he was fucking never the same. And
something just tweaked.
I see, but that's like his brain chemistry. There was some bad circumstances.
Yeah.
There, because I can't even blame. There's a lot of people who did what he did and survived and came back.
It was probably
fine.
bound to happen with his, maybe he had the brain chemistry.
Yeah.
Just sped up the process. It was bound to happen.
So maybe he was like already schizophrenic, and that just kind of amplified it and brought it out more. That's also a dangerous part of it. But that's the only bad one I've seen, really, from like someone really perma-tripping or going too far.
I've seen one bad one. That's about it. Yeah.
Say that's not bad odds.
Yeah.
Try it, kids.
It's okay.
Is that a thumbprint?
Yeah, he got
No,
printed.
if you're predisposed to mental illness, it's for some people not the best idea.
No, it's an affirmation.
It's doubling
bros,
down.
You're right. Go for it.
Oh man.
When we were like, we started basically dosing like the day we graduated high school. It was like really like when like the first, they were like weak ass gel tabs. So like luckily we were like getting our feet wet with weak shit. But once we started getting our hands on like real shit, like I remember one dude in our friend group, like he would. You could just there was a few times where we dosed pretty hard and you could just see the shift in his mind, and he like just totally lost it for a bit after that, and like guy became very paranoid and was like,
man, some people just can't handle their shit.
You know what I would always
totally.
do?
And then he eventually like stabbed himself with a samurai sword. Like did the samurai?
He did
survived it,
seppuku.
luckily.
He fucking
tried to seppuku. He blacked out.
Oh my god!
No way.
Harakiri!
Holy fuck.
Yeah, dude, and he survived it. And he was obsessed with anime. It didn't help at the time either.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, anime?
We have a friend who was like that.
Yeah, he was like a gifted skateboarder who went down the wrong path. But anyways, a good dude. But
Fucking trying to commit seppuku. What are you doing, Kevin?
Don't
You're
do
kind
that.
of.
That's the worst case scenario. You walk into someone's room.
Are you committing seppuku
No,
right now?
I'd be like,
Right?
you're like
You're
culturally
bringing more
appropriating
shit.
right now.
Yeah, okay. You shame them into not doing it.
That's not for your culture, man. Like you're kind of being offensive. Put that down.
Yeah, there's like a
knew it when I
classic
saw that
example.
little- What's it called?
Classic example, man, of like schizoid like that stuff usually comes out in like late 20s, naturally. Like, but I think like 19 also, but I don't know. He
This shit don't help.
definitely sped up the process of the inevitability.
I've broken 3 phones and like ran away to the woods.
Yeah.
Like that was always my thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, no, there he goes
literally
again.
Crack my phone and be like, I'm gone.
No,
guys.
every
Like,
time he broke 3 phones. So he would
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
3 phones and break them.
Well, I had extras for this very situation.
Do you
Oh, no,
find
he
the
broke a
phones
phone.
in the woods.
Yeah, I would. That was my move. Like because I'm tripping too hard to be around you guys. Like I have to go to the woods.
Time to break this phone.
And then, like I'll probably leave for a few months and you won't hear from me. And I don't have a phone, so how are you even gonna?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just living off the land.
No, not no. I go find other friends for a few months. That's what I did.
Okay.
I didn't just stay in the
Episode of
woods.
Alive.
Yeah.
I run to the woods until I'm not tripping as much, and then I go to
Come out
somewhere,
with
like a party or.
The woods are either the best or worst thing ever.
Trout in your mouth.
Secret, you got to have a separate phone that you never break.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like Gollum. Just
Emergency
eating raw
phone.
fish.
Yeah.
But that's not as bad as, could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Could have been in
Yeah,
anime.
it could always
'cause
be
anime
worse.
sucks.
Dude, so what's the little samurai sword called?
Tonto.
It's the Tonto. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that and what's the middle one?
Wagasashi.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, and what's the big one?
I thought the katana
That's
was
a katana.
the middle
That's
one. Oh, that's
Alright.
the top.
You
Dude, that
guys
would be
are
the
well-versed.
best. Yeah.
Well, I was super into samurai culture as a kid.
yeah. That's sick. You went to like battle
Sick.
reenactments too?
Well, that was
That
more
was
like
you and your dad.
no, that was my grandpa that made me go to those. No, my dad
Like
didn't give a shit
Civil
about
War?
that. It was Civil War
With
and
swords?
colonial reenactments.
I keep seeing those
Swords.
ads.
Oh, did you go to Gettysburg for that shit? Or
No,
something?
there's a fort near here called Fort Loudon, and it is
Yeah.
a perfectly preserved fort from colonial days.
Okay.
That's so sick. Holy shit.
So I would like dress up as like a fur trapper and like
Jefferson Davis needs your help.
Like
I'm
Baby
a history nerd, so I love that shit.
it was pretty cool. And then like the Civil War reenactments were pretty cool. We always fought for the North.
Yeah.
Just laying that out there.
You're not allowed to.
laying that
boy.
out
Someone's got to LARP as the
Yeah.
the other guy.
the bad guys.
the other guy. No opinions. No opinions. Hey, that's why I'm always like, anytime we are like in a state where it was Confederate, I'm like, yo, let's play Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. And
I'm gonna
everyone's
start
always
method
like,
acting and say some
too
shit.
too edgy there. Like,
No, they love it. The South.
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. They love it.
They love it.
Everyone
Well,
loves it.
everyone
Everyone
loves
everywhere
it.
loves
Yeah.
it.
There's a really
Yeah,
I forget who did it, but there's an awesome like funk version of it
Really?
by a black
Whoa.
guy.
Yeah,
So-
I never heard a funk version of that tune. That's cool.
But also it's the same thing. I feel weird about Catfish John.
You know,
Oh,
like
I've never
that.
actually heard. I've never heard a recorded version where they do what you're speaking of. But every time I do sing it,
Something's
I
wrong.
think about it and I go, "That's very, very bad."
Yeah.
it's weird. That's weird. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's pretty
We don't
tough.
do
It
that.
is
one-
weird, but it's like yeah. Yeah,
River
Just
probably
as long as Melvin didn't
Yeah.
know, that's all that
That's
matters.
one of our no-nos. Like Catfish John, Good Morning, Little Schoolgirl, and probably Mexicali.
Mexicali.
Yeah, Mexicali.
All for
See, nobody
similar
up
reasons.
here in Illinois knows that about Catfish John. I feel like maybe down south they know that tune more.
I just don't think River was the original line.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we all know what we're talking about. And it's deplorable. But
Yeah.
but I don't think anyone out up here like really knows. Like that's not like a common knowledge thing.
Yeah. But
We're-
never
we're
play
like-
Good Morning Little Schoolgirl.
That's rough.
and,
Yeah, that song's creepy.
And Mexicali Blues is also kind of rough.
Yeah, you change.
Mexicali.
You tweak the lyrics.
I love that song.
Yeah, and a girl who's just 14. You even put some
Yeah.
stank on it. Like, why'd you put stank on it?
It makes no sense. Yeah, just
It's definitely
aged
like a
up.
cancel Bobby song.
You can say 19. It works.
Yeah.
Even like we always joke about it. Like even like you listen to the lyrics and I Need a Miracle and it's like kind of like
What's in that one?
cancel worthy.
I need a woman about twice my height,
Oh,
twice
yeah.
my
Wait.
weight.
body like a
There's
surfer.
just some
Yeah,
like
riding on a tidal
Yeah, Bobby
Okay.
Braylove has or not Braylove Barlow. He could get a little edgy back in the 80s. Helena Bucket.
One
was
of my
kinda
least
edgy.
favorite writers ever.
You know, he had some good
John
stuff, dude.
Barlow.
Samson Delilah was good.
Oh shit! Someone just came in the chat and said, "Laughing my ass off. I just got Schoolgirl, Mexicali, and Catfish John all in one show at Wolf Brothers a month ago."
Oh shit.
Oh my god,
man,
He's
is
still
Bobby
pushing-
making
that
a
is-
statement there?
Well, I mean, everyone knows Bobby's a groomer.
At
It's
this
just
point-
known.
It would be even weirder if he changed it to 19 because
Yeah.
you're fully aware and
Yeah.
you're still saying 19.
Bob's a groomer.
His wife was his wife.
I mean, shit.
I didn't know. Wait, no,
they
that's his
just
daughter.
They met when
She was like 14 or
young.
15.
No,
Yeah.
Mexicali Blues, baby.
Elvis Presley,
Well, they didn't marry when she was that.
Jimmy Page,
They waited to get married until she was of legal age.
Iggy
but
Pop, and
She was
David
like
Bowie.
a fan of, some fan or
Yeah,
something.
you're just kind of
Mick Jagger?
do that.
Yeah, it's definitely a different.
They seem
times,
happy.
for sure.
No, I don't
yeah,
know. There was a lot of
Jerry
shit.
Lee Lewis.
I guess the only thing I can say in his favor, there's a lot of fuck shit back in the day. So is that how we end?
No,
Is that how we
God
end
no,
on that
no,
note?
no. Dude, damn, no, but yeah, no. The old rocker, the
Yeah.
70s rocker, they were into some fuck shit. Even David Bowie was.
Fucking
There's a lot of shady shit.
all those 80s rock bands were straight fucking teenagers, like
Yeah.
openly.
And then fucking burritos to get rid of the vagina stank.
Is that a thing? Was that in the dirt?
Motley Crue,
That's
right?
Motley Crue. They would
Yeah.
fuck burritos. Like, why wouldn't you just wash your dick
Stick your
off?
dick in a
Why wouldn't you
burrito?
just wash
So it
your dick.
smelled like a
Unbelievable.
burrito. Isn't that more sketchy?
Why are you fucking burritos?
It's funny.
I can't
did
believe
it for the
Kiss was a
boys.
thing.
Again?
I can't believe Kiss was a thing at all.
Oh, there's still a thing, baby.
Licking it up.
Yeah, I guess if I had a big tongue, I would always stick it out.
Didn't he have a surgery? Is that wrong? The myth of him having a surgically implanted
Or,
tongue.
no, it wouldn't be implanted. He would have
Like,
just had the thing
Cut a muscle or something.
He would have just cut the thing.
Oh, okay.
Made it longer. Oh, okay. So he could really stick it out.
I did see this.
Well, I mean, like, he does have a long tongue. Like, I have a long tongue. Like,
It's not quite a kiss tongue, but to facial.
His like
size,
went
I
down
see.
and out.
yeah, well, yeah, he probably, if he
got
did
pointed
have it
Nate
cut. Well,
tongue.
some people are born without it. And so he might have been born without it. Or if he was tongue tied, they'll cut it.
Okay, and that's what makes it hang.
Well, yeah.
Looking like Venom.
A little bit.
You like comic books, Josh?
Yeah, but I never really yeah, I appreciate them, but I never got into them. Are you guys into comics?
Davey's like our resident guy.
Yeah, my dad taught me how to read with comics.
Dude, hell yeah.
I
was
felt
cool.
like I learned that all at once with you. Like when Deadpool was coming out, you're like, oh yeah, man, I am all about some comic stuff. I grew up with the comics. I felt like I learned
kept
all at
it.
once that you were.
I just feel like you weren't paying attention because
That's
it
fair.
was like one of the things I wanted to do as a
were
child.
embarrassed.
Like I was embarrassed.
Yeah, you kept it to yourself.
I kept
Okay,
it-
maybe maybe it was a couple years prior to that I started hearing about it. But when Deadpool came out, like I think you were like 21.
something like that, something
And-
like that. But yeah, I mean,
Yo, by the way,
You were like, no, you were playing the game. You got the game.
well, I was just really stoked that like anything was happening with it. Like I love that we're getting so many comic book movies.
Yeah.
Was that the first Marvel movie or something?
No, it was
No,
just
no.
like it was just kind of like at that
We
time
were in a band together
We
at
were
the
in a
time.
yeah, we were in a band together, and I've always cared about nerdy shit.
I'll tell you what. You were
yeah.
like Civil War was coming out, and you had to explain to me DC and Marvel.
Oh yeah, I'd explain to you the differences.
Yes, I was like, so it's DC. I was like, it's Batman versus
Go, son.
Iron Man. You're like, no, that's never no.
You're a fucking idiot.
You have no idea. No, it's
I'm gonna go get my whiteboard. I'm
Yeah.
gonna show you some things.
Batman.
Right. I love like nerdy like shit like Star Trek, but I'm so lost on the Marvel. I never.
Did you watch
I'm lost when
Farscape?
it comes to Marvel.
I always
watch
hope
what?
for people. Have you ever watched Farscape?
No.
Dude, I was all about that. Dude, it's produced by Brian Henson, and it's a sci-fi series.
Oh shit, I love sci-fi shit.
Yeah, dude, there's like Muppets.
of the
and it's
Henson
cool.
fame, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my god, that sounds
It's sick. There's a character called Rigel. He's a total Muppet.
Huh.
Dude.
Oh man.
Yeah,
never
there's
seen
the
that.
spaceship's living. It's a living organism that they have to
I
deal
like
with.
that. That
Oh,
reminds me of Lex.
Okay.
Did y'all ever watch Lex? That was on Sci-Fi for a while. It was kind of like a gothic, kind of like this kind of all the things like crew in space type shit.
I like Star Trek pretty good.
Are you watching any of the new Star Trek shit?
We're working. I'm behind, but I'm trying to catch up on the new Picard. But I mainly watch like Deep Space Nine and Next Generation. I'm just addicted to that shit.
Those are the ones though, and you can just have them on though. Like, I assume you have the relationship with that most people have with like Seinfeld or something. You can just have it.
Yeah, go to bed. We go to bed to that shit for sure. My favorite shit though on tour is like eating, like me and my keyboard player, we roommate, and like they've got like the South Park marathons like after midnight, like on we just fucking post up with junk food in bed and watch South Park.
Fuck yeah.
That's great. Hell yeah.
What's the
my
most
favorite
awkward like thing on in the background that you fucked to?
What?
That's good.
Because like
Maybe I didn't hear.
Seinfeld was one that I fucked a lot to. Because
I thought you meant music.
no, like a show. Because like sometimes I'll just have some YouTube video on and it'll just flip to something.
Yeah.
Weird.
I shot a porn in my house. I was
think
watching
about
Rick and
it.
Morty.
You're canceled.
I don't know.
Do you just usually put on like some Luther Vandross and get to work, or
Right?
Yeah, have you ever sang? Any of y'all? Have y'all sang while you were fucking before?
No.
Have I ever what?
Sang to them while you're fucking.
Oh yeah.
I heard that
Yeah.
one time. Yeah.
It's usually like the most unromantic dead song imaginable. I'm trying to think of it. I'm drawing a blank.
It's Good Morning Little
How do you
School,
keep? Are you keeping?
morning little school, and you're just like helicoptering your dick?
Yeah.
talking about her daddy
Like,
and
so how
shit?
are you keeping time? Is it you fucking? Because like the person I heard while they were singing while they were getting laid, they were snapping.
That's how you keep.
Yeah, he was doing some downbeats and stuff. I was like, I can't believe this guy is for real.
It's crazy. We did have I know this dude too, and he was a fuck singer.
Oh yeah, well, and he also bragged
He's
to
a bit of
us
an
that
exhibitionist.
He
He
was like,
liked it,
he was
I
like, I
guess.
put you guys. He's like, this
Oh, he
should let you
fucked
guys.
to y'all's music, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
like,
our
this
music.
should let you guys know how good you are. I
got
put on
laid
your
to it.
band and fucked to
I
y'all.
bet he didn't sing.
Just so you know, yeah, he probably didn't sing.
Yeah.
That dude. That's a dude that you want to show up at your shows for sure. Just
Yeah, it's all.
you know,
Hey,
just
I
clothed.
fucked to this.
Make sure you're clothed, bro. If you want to be the streaker, bro, just keep it cool.
Okay. Just
Oh
keep it
hell
cool.
yeah, we got Chaz Chaswell coming in with an Aryan Nation
A-nay.
Unite. Yeah, there
A-nay.
you go.
Stand
Thanks,
up.
Dabber.
What?
You're real cool, bro.
Real cool.
Hey, nay.
Fucking asshole.
Hey, nay. SS. Damn. I can't believe that. I haven't heard that.
Oh, I could believe it. They
Dude.
come wherever I go.
I
They
went-
really
yeah.
love me.
No, this guy is a notorious. He's a habitual line stepper.
Oh, is he?
What the fuck?
He hasn't been in here
Chaz.
in a while. Chaz Chaswell.
Hey, nay.
No, but see,
Yeah.
Dabber gets what I'm talking about.
No,
Smash
nothing
into
surprises
top
me.
parkour
Yeah.
fest.
Dude, I did a little jail time, and the prominent Aryan like white gang was called the CWBs,
Okay.
the crazy white boys.
oh.
CWB.
Oh, yeah.
But
you
I
gotta
thought
hold
it-
your own in there.
It's so
That's what
funny.
it
Like
is
they
what it
will
is.
dead face be like, unless you want to have a couple C-dubs on your ass.
Welcome to the WB.
Yeah.
They're like, damn, dude, you all in on this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the
Marketing.
entry, like opening scene to a Jackass or Wild Boys skit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Jeez.
You ever done any time?
Well, no, just
Oh yeah.
got like in trouble.
little in and
once, but
out.
Never had.
In
Yeah,
and
never
out
had
court
to
date
do
a couple
any-
months away.
It was just like one of those typical Wook
Mhm.
2-year probation type things. Is like, you know, it was stupid. But
You got to have the one off, unless your one off
It
is
was-
a hell of a thing.
it was still chill. I honestly never stopped smoking pot. And I had this method that I would just like. There was a drink I'd find. I never used the Whizzinator because I heard horror stories about
Yeah.
the heating pack failing and like
They'd also
if you got
stare
caught,
at your dick while you're
dude, if
pissing.
you got caught with one of those, they would add extra felony. Like,
Yeah, it's
you're
worst
better
case
off being dirty. Yeah, like I would use this drink that would like mask your shit for 72. Like no, it would mask your shit for like 3 hours.
They work.
If you like.
Some of them work really well.
If you follow the diet, if you follow the instructions and the dietary shit, like fucking like religiously, it would work. But like,
Was it like some
if
gel niacin?
Dude.
Oh, I tried that once.
Yeah.
That didn't. Yeah, that didn't work.
Niacin
It
is
was
the worst. Niacin
I
flush
would
is
try
bad.
anything on YouTube I could find at one point for sure.
Dude, I found some pills that worked really well, but I even did the Jello.
I tried the. It wasn't
You-
quite. It was like the stuff they make. What was it called though? It
Pectin.
was.
It's pectin.
What was it?
Pectin.
But it was that
You so
shit,
it's like what you're
I
making.
still have
Jello.
it laying around at my parents' house. I think.
Yeah,
Probably
you
on
like
this
take a
house.
vitamin.
It soaks up all the THC into
No,
the gelatin.
no,
mix
no.
in there?
It's you have this watery gelatin with vitamin mix, and I guess it's making gelatin in your stomach. So when it breaks it down, it's just breaking down water and vitamins.
It's crude.
That's how it's supposed to work in theory.
Why is
Sure
your piss
gel.
green. Sure gel was
Yeah.
a big one. Yeah.
Dabber says you can actually buy freeze-dried urine now
Oh
in
my
little
God,
tablets.
that's amazing.
Yeah, this was like 2011 when I was on the probation. It was
don't
so,
even
it
make
was
sense,
so
though.
stupid.
Isn't
It
it
was
just gonna
like I
mix
got
in?
in trouble with like
What do you
it was,
even do?
like,
Do you-
over
you just
weed.
drop it
was,
in the
like,
toilet.
in your actual piss. Oh, and you scoop it out.
No, once you
It would
drop the
dissolve,
tablet
but-
in the like you would drop it in like you maybe put a little
In
bit
a
of water
cup
in
or
there.
like-
Oh,
and
you get the water and then okay.
then piss.
That's tough. That's tough. That's tough to do in front of someone.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Figure
Yeah.
it out.
No, I'm just saying I haven't had to do it in forever. Man, that's the worst though. The bureaucratic feeling of being in like one of those buildings.
Oh
I
yeah,
hate
you're
it.
not a person.
It's old.
There.
They're
Yeah.
old buildings too, man. And that's something I
Yeah.
didn't like about the town that we're from. Being on probation in the South is the worst thing. But the weirdest thing is that apparently, like all the transportation to get to court from the jail went under the streets.
Oh yeah. There's
It
a
was
there's
tunnels.
a tunnel under
that's
our
interesting.
jail that goes or the courthouse that goes right to the jail. And what's interesting is that actually branches off if you go outside of that tunnel, it branches off into underground Chattanooga. And like under that jail, they used to hang prisoners.
Holy shit!
It sucks.
underground.
Yeah, it's the horror stories of the South.
It's fucking
Whoa.
crazy.
But they still transported people to and from court through it. They shut it down now. It's like fully privatized now. But like so yeah, you would go to the courthouse and then like just on the other side there was an elevator and we go underground and they'd walk you through there and that would be the county jail.
Yeah, the one time I got taken in, like from a court date, like I was, you think that like you've got a little bit more time.
You go. They
It's like
remand
as
you.
soon as you walk behind the fucking stage door,
Instant.
it's like you
It's like
are
instant.
now.
Yeah. It's not even nice
That's
looking.
crazy, man. That's like straight out of a movie.
It is like that, and it's like a wind tunnel too. The tunnel under there. I don't know what it looks.
It's just like they strip you of every slice of humanity. Like our county jail here, the one that was downtown, it was one of the worst in the country.
It never got shut down in like 80 to 100 years. Like they never shut it down.
Like the initial take in where they call it the Rock because it's literally just a giant concrete room and then they've subdivided it into these little bulletproof chambers that they will like
Put a bunch of people.
they'll
in.
put like 30 40 people in this room that has room to seat maybe 12 like and that's standing room only and they'll keep you in there for days.
There was like
That
there,
sucks. Dude.
there was like. Did you see the one where they had like the people by themselves? Usually
little
in the turtle
single
seats?
ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like he has AIDS.
The
he's crazy.
last time I went in, because it was during COVID, and like they were like there's a little area that has a TV. It's like this little
It's a
area
horseshoe.
where they call it the horseshoe, but it's like a little area that's outside of all of the
It's just for the intake.
glass cases,
Yeah.
and so it's usually for sick people and people that are hurt or like
Where you get your food.
yeah, where you get your food. And like somebody was like, one of the guards opened the door to the filled fucking like room there, and I was like, nah. And he was like, what? And I was like, nah, dude. I was like, you can't prove to me that none of those people are sick. I'm not sick.
Oh,
I don't
yeah, it's
want to be
COVID.
sick.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'll chill here, bro. And he was like, okay. And I got
No
to
one's
chill
ever said
there.
that to me before.
Yeah, I got to chill there for the longest time, and then he was like, "At some point, we're gonna have to put you in a room so people don't get pissed." And I was like, "One by myself?" And he was like, "Yeah." And so I got to go into one of those
Okay.
little
They do
ones.
have those holdings where they like put one or two. Anyway, I don't know how we got on that. Oh, Underground Chattanooga?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, being on probation, I always say in summary, I wish we grew up in a green state. Because, like, weed was like a different thing, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I feel
Yeah.
like being out west, I mean, it's awesome, like, how available it is. And
Would
I
have been
think
different.
I think the edibles is the best thing, though. Like, I've never grown up seeing a whole bunch of edibles, like, as much as I've seen the past, like, 5 years.
It's a lot, man.
Right.
Especially here. CBD is huge here. So there's like so many CBD dispensaries and like so many edibles going around, and like you can't tell what's real and what's not until
Yeah.
you smoke it
Man,
and you
someone-
feel weird.
Yeah, someone found like a 10, 15 pound bag of CBD buds when I was working. They're like, look at this giant bag of CBD. It has to be CBD. I was like,
Yeah.
you should not have that in your
Surprised
car.
It's not Reckin Medical yet. It's like Reckin Medical like everywhere now.
Yeah. Well, I think it's coming soon. I think maybe.
I think that's why they're buying all those like dispensary or like those licenses.
So
selling
many
here.
loopholes.
Up for it, yeah.
I think they just like are gonna give in.
Yeah, Delta 8 is
Eventually, the money's too good.
it's still confusing to see it even here though because there's like Delta 8 stuff and it says THC on there.
Oh yeah, that stuff sketches me out.
Yeah, I've heard-
I've never
And
tried.
Delta 10, is
I don't fuck
popular.
with any of that shit.
Yeah,
Just give
that's
me
not
real
good.
weed.
Yeah, real weed.
THCA.
Right.
They're
And-
all in like bud we smoke. So like
know.
Yeah.
9 is the actual one you know.
I don't want you to
There's
have to
some
distinct. I don't want you
10.
to have to be distinct about it though. I
Yeah.
just want you to. Here's
I want
this bag of
all
weed.
it.
Yeah, just
full
like
spectrum, everything.
Man, I hated. You ever smoke J Dubs or JWH? That was a THC analog.
Huh.
And we would get powder
Like
of it.
spice.
It's
shit.
kind of like spice, but like basically it was like everything. I think it was clear-headed is how they described it. It was like everything, like you had bottomless munchies.
yeah.
It was not good, but like it was everything. But it was a really clear mental high.
Huh.
I feel like people said it wasn't good for you in retrospect.
Okay.
But the first time I ever saw it was someone was like, it's like smoking you smoke a tenth and it's like a blunt. Then I was like, okay. And they were like, here, try it. Boom, Chalet.
Yeah.
I was like, ah.
Oh no. Smoke this out of a crack pipe.
I know. I was just like, ah.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't heard that
That
word in a
shit'll
while.
get you.
Yeah, no, it sketched me out. It was actually in Atlanta. And I got really baked and I wanted to eat a falafel from a fucking, like, a falafel truck.
Ooh, falafel. That sounds
Falafel's
good.
nice.
Man, speaking of the chalet, like it just like this area of town is really meth heavy. We have a lot of meth fires per year per capita. Like
Yeah,
it's
just
crazy.
Oh, they like the meth. Yeah.
And I saw like a really put together like rich looking older woman with her life together buying 3 of them at a time at the gas station. I was like, we have like the best dressed meth heads ever.
Yeah,
like,
that shit will
she
get
just
to
like she's got her
anybody
life
if
together and
she-
she still want to do that shit.
Yeah, this part of town is crazy because like I've like been hanging out and went to go get more beer at like 2 or 3 or whenever the cutoff is, and so those gas stations like there's like a last minute like 15 minutes till 3 rush, and I was in a line of like 10 people and like half the people got like glass roses. I was like, is this
Y'all
real?
can wait till I get my beer.
I was like, dude, I swear,
Not
this
to
better
say
not-
you can use them for deems or like.
They're
that's
not doing that
pretty
here.
much it.
I remember
no, I
getting
know what
really
it's for.
vocal about like I was like, I better be able to get this beer.
All these meth heads can wait.
It's like I'm trying to just get some Fritos.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
They're still gonna be up in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I need to go home.
I really don't prefer the backwoods southern police officer presence either.
Oh no, around here, dude, they're waiting. They don't have anything to do, so they
not
want to
fun.
talk to you.
It's not fun.
And it doesn't matter how nice you're dressed. They
I
know
heard
you're doing meth.
I heard Jeff Comenti like got into a little bit of weed stuff like when he was like I think like leaving the South it was.
It's far out, yeah. Because wherever we go, I guess maybe that's why we don't go south.
That's
but
fair.
That's
everywhere
fair.
in the
That makes more
country,
sense.
they don't really.
Well, I mean, it's loosening up down here because, like, for real, what are they gonna do? Like, most cops down here don't give a fuck.
No, they don't.
Like,
Unless they think you're selling it or something.
Yeah, unless they think that you're a bigger fish, like they truly don't. They don't want to bust you for it. That's more paperwork for them, and it's nothing.
Dude, going to the doctor, it was funny. I had a physical, and they asked me about drugs. I was like, I smoke weed. He's like, no one cares about that. It's different than it used to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, it used to be so different for sure.
Oh, let me tell you. The other night, I door dashed some crystal.
Really?
The store, right?
yeah.
And I used it. So I door dashed it real late night, like 3 a.m. And the dude shows
get a
up,
sack
like,
full.
the
Like
dude shows up,
White
takes
Castle.
a picture of the thing, like won't look at me, and he was like, "Are you into clear?" And I was
Oh,
like,
hell no!
you.
and I was like,
Dude.
"No, I ordered crystal." That was my joke. No, I ordered crystal. I should have said I ordered crystal, not crystal. And
Yeah. Wait. So who said that?
It was the
driver?
DoorDasher dude was trying to straight up meth deliver.
Yeah,
to
trying to
door.
sell you some
You
meth.
want some crystal? Yeah,
shit.
you like crystal?
Yeah, but how about that crystal though? I just
Yeah.
thought it was so funny that he said clear because it was crystal clear.
That's what they say. That's what they say. That's what they call it when they do it.
He's like, "Are you still
Damn.
up right now?" But I'm eating.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that like? I,
Yeah, no,
obviously
I'm
I'm
not.
out of meth because I'm eating crystal.
I'm
What a,
eating food.
what a spun out way to think someone like, or I guess you're just gonna get rid of it no matter what. We're like,
But they
crystals?
think we're out of meth, and that's why we're eating. I assume is why he offered it. Right? It's late night. But whatever, I felt judgment call for sure. Like I was probably wearing like some camo fucking pajamas.
You probably look like you wanted some meth.
I don't know what I was wearing, but
Josh, do
probably
you,
some
do you know
goofball
what
shit.
Crystal is? The fast
White
food chain?
Yeah.
No, we don't have that up
It's the
here.
same as White Castle.
Mini birds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The steamers.
Nice.
But it was-
That's where you find your local meth heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently.
The deliver. I guess it's
just the
anyone that's
wordplay.
delivering.
They're like, I only
Yeah.
deliver crystal.
Where do you find your meth heads?
Yeah.
Man, we don't really have too many around here. It's mostly like heroin and crackheads. You just go
Okay,
like
cool,
to
cool.
the
That's
local highway exit or something.
Now, would you argue that they leave you alone more or less than a meth head?
Tweaker? Yeah, no, they leave you alone more. I mean, where I live is pretty chill. I don't really like it, but definitely like tweaker. Meth heads, yeah, like when
Come
we
up and
go
talk to
like,
you.
When we go to the Pacific Northwest, I'm always like totally paranoid about tweakers.
There's
like,
a lot of
robbing
meth.
our gear.
In the Northwest.
Yeah, like Oregon and Washington, they love meth up there, and they love But I'm always paranoid about our gear getting ripped off. So anywhere we go that's
Yeah.
methy, any methy places, I'm extra paranoid because they got superhuman powers.
They do, man.
Figure it out.
Strength of 10 men.
I love that fucking Dave Chappelle buckshot birdshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, that's like basically I'm that guy that's all paranoid on tour about shit getting ripped off.
So are you like the younger guy? Are you like 10, 20 years younger than everyone, or
basically,
like 10 years?
yeah, like let's see, like the drummer is like in his mid 40s, but like Doug and Wavy are like in their 50s, and the keyboard player's in his 50s. But those dudes, like, they're like more youthful than I am a lot of the time on tour. I'm like running out of energy, and these guys are like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
Oh,
Well, because you're eating all these edibles so you can opt out of
Maybe
helping.
They're just
Right,
glad,
right.
they're glad to be away from their fucking ungrateful kids.
We used to tour with like the B3 stuff. That was way more laborious. Like
Yeah.
having to carry around a chopped B3 and 2 Leslies was a lot of work plus everything else. I'm glad we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude. So you guys just travel
Those
around with like an
B3s are-
8x6 behind it, or
What's that?
like with the trailer y'all haul? Is it like an 8x6?
I don't know the exact. I don't know the exact dimension.
I mean, you guys
Yeah.
aren't like carrying a whole like sound rig, are you?
No, and that's like the next step up is like to be able to tour with the audio engineer to have that consistency. That would be like the next step, because I mean we've had a roadie tag along, and that's fun, and they like would work merch also and do whatever. But like to have a audio engineer on board, that would be super next level. That's kind of the next goal, I guess.
Oh yeah.
'Cause you never know what you're gonna get town to town with the local engineer. It could either be awesome or a total, and it's fun to like practice for nightmare situations to be able to like make the best out of the worst. But
Oh yeah, you always kind of gotta walk a line with sound guys. You cannot piss off the sound guy.
Just totally just keep my mouth fucking shut. For
Yeah.
sure. And I have that's just what comes with like just clocking in the hours, is learning how to deal with those nightmarish sounds. Like
It's like pissing off your doctor. You know, it's like you want him to do.
I'm gonna leave a
the best he
scalpel
can.
in you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm always nice to them. But like if shit's just fucked, I'm just gonna let it slide and keep my mouth shut and just do the best I can with what's given to me. Because I'm definitely not trying to piss those guys off. That's for sure. Or girls, or however they wanna
Identify.
Come here, kitty.
Show us your cat. Let's see it.
Let's see that pussy.
Come here. Come here, Derp.
Derp?
He's a head.
Is his name Derp?
Derpa.
Derpa.
Come here, bro. Come here.
Derpa
He's a
derpa.
derpy Sherpa.
Get over here. Get wrangle that cat.
Oh, all black kitty. This is. I feel cursed. You know,
I think you have all black
And I've
cats,
got
right?
all black, with
Yeah.
the black cat gang.
man, you scare the neighborhood.
Yeah, no, this neighborhood loves cats. There's a lot more of them. Oh yeah, he's a good boy.
What, you
Yeah,
ain't superstitious?
He's got half a tail. He's got like a little tail.
Oh, I got a little nubby.
We had to chop half of it off because it got frostbitten before
Oh.
he was an indoor kitty.
Now you
so-
never leave the house.
Yeah, basically.
Warm now.
Yeah.
So Deaded wants to know if you collect gear and guitars.
I guess, yeah. Like over the years, that was a thing too. Like building up the whole rig took a long time. Like getting like the little pieces to build the jerry rig.
Because you've got mostly the whole thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like an accumulation of years of collecting pieces before I was able to turn it on. Like I would just scour like eBay and Craigslist for, whatever I could get. I got super lucky on like an original Mutron on eBay once. I got it for like $350.
Goddamn.
Like, yeah, it was insane. It's like one of the original ones pre-Power Supply. But like, so I don't take that one out. But yeah, I don't like collect gear anymore. But I have acquired a few guitars recently. I've been blessed with I got a few guitars given to me.
Yeah, you got that bean and that gator, right?
Yeah, the Travis Bean, that was the Grateful Guitar Foundation. My buddy, so Waldo and another buddy like applied for me, and it's like this foundation. It's like Andy Logan, he owns Alligator, and it's like his foundation. It's kind of like a scout. I don't know if it's I don't know how it works, but
Yeah, it seems strange.
it's
but you
cool,
got a
though.
guitar.
He's a super cool dude, and it's like a scholarship thing, and I didn't feel comfortable applying for it myself, so like these dudes did, and it's fucking incredible. I'm super grateful for it, and Waldo like fixed it up a bunch, and it's super sick. And then this Alligator, this dude gave to me as like he's like a luthier, so it was a project for him. And then Waldo did a bunch of work. Waldo's like my dude. He lives not too far from me.
Nice.
So, yeah, we met like 2018, and he's just been...
He's the guy. He knows everything.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's the man. He's pretty rad. So, yeah. And then, but as far as collect, yeah, I don't really collect gear much anymore. I'm just trying to be good at what I got.
There you go. Hell yeah.
I don't know. I actually want to like scale down my rig. Like I've been playing more gigs with just like out of a deluxe reverb more so recently. Just I don't know. It's nice to scale it back.
Just to keep it light.
Depends on the stage too, but yeah. No, I don't know.
I don't know, man. The Milkman I got's pretty tiny and it's pretty dope.
No, that thing rules. Are you going direct on
In the
gigs?
streams, yeah. In gigs, no. I'm going into the cab.
Okay, you're going into E120 cab.
I'm going. I use the Weber Callies.
I saw some video recently that sounded really fucking good. I don't remember what you guys are playing.
But thanks, man. Well, yeah, but that's always just that
whatever
Milkman.
it's doing, whatever the Milkman is working through the. Yeah, I've never messed with one of those before.
They're really nice and really easy to work with. Like it's basically the same thing. It's a tube preamp going into an amplifier. Like it goes into a Class D,
Right.
but it's basically the same setup, just scaled down.
Right. Is it a digital thing?
The Class D is a digital amplifier, but it's like the preamp is driven by a 12AX7.
Oh, yeah, nice. Just tubes.
Mm-hmm.
That rules.
Yeah, it really helps you get the bite. And there's also a really nice cab simulator on it. So when you do go direct in, it's got a really nice cab sim on it that you can turn off to have that direct Jerry sound, but it's not good.
Right, that's totally acquired taste, yeah. Everyone thinks it's a piezo pickup for some reason. Like, no, it was not a piezo. I feel like they finally dialed that in, though. Like, by, 94, they start really dialing in the direct sound a bit better, but I don't know.
I actually looked up Lantern Farms.
You looked up Lantern Farms?
I
Yeah,
did.
they're doing the pre-rolls for the Jerry Garcia stuff.
Looks good.
Shout
Looks
out
good
Prince
stuff.
Hamlet.
Nice. I've smoked that Jerry weed.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I had some lavender buds that I thought were the best.
Well, fuck yeah. Well, man, Josh, thank you so much for coming, dude. I think we still have
thanks for
to
having
film our extra podcast for our Patreon.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Dude, we would love to have you back on anytime you want to.
Anytime, dude. That was fun, man.
Hell yeah. Maybe
yeah.
I'll try to figure it out where we can show you fucking weird videos and TikToks. I'll figure out how we can do that for the next time.
That would be fun. That'd be lit, dude. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, where can people find you? You want to tell them your social media handles?
Oh, let's see. Do I even know my own Instagram? Well, on Instagram, you can find me at Mr. Fish for Life, LYFE, and Terrapin Flyer on Facebook. We're gonna do a spring tour out west. So if you're out west at any of these dates, come say hey, come troll me, and yeah. Hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, man, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, dude, it was so nice to talk to you.
Yeah, that was
That's
fun,
awesome.
man.
And we'll have you back on. Go enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, you too, man. You guys
right.
have a great one.
Much love, man.
It's good to see you again.
Bye. Well, everybody, that was Josh Olken from Terrapin Flyer.
I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
I know that
friends
guy.
now. It's
We know
okay.
him.
Hell yeah.
It'd be cool to go up there and like share a bill.
Where was it?
He's up in Chicago.
It was Illinois. Okay.
Yeah, just a measly 13 hours.
I've never spent any time there, but
It's
Just
cool.
need 13 hours and some snowshoes on the tires.
Yeah. Snow booties.
Get those snowshoes going. Love you.
Okay. So we are actually going to do the extra one because we're out of days in this month. So we actually have to do the extra podcast. So if you are part of the Patreon, come to the Discord. We're going to do the live podcast in about 45 minutes, an hour. We'll hop in there and do that. Okay. Because we got to get it all set up. I promise. Okay. And if you're not on the Patreon, go join it. You can watch it for $2 or you can join for $5 or $20 and you get everything. It's a lot of stuff you get. So we're very happy. I guess. We happy?
yeah.
Are we happy, Toby?
Oh yeah.
Am I happy?
Yes, he is.
Are you happy?
It's a big question, but good things going around. What's that, nugs?
Yeah,
Good things going
that's what
around.
I was looking at.
I'm just staring at a pick of nugs.
Well, no, I was looking at a bunch.
Bunch of nugs.
Shout out your nugs, your lavender nugs.
Show me your nugs. Show me your nugs. Hit the like button.
Show me your nose.
There's way too many people watching this for as little likes as this has. Hit the like button, jabroni.